Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion. I am your host, Tony, aka Low Tone Tony, as I'm affectionately known. So let's start with the facts. Carolina has a public depth chart that gives us real picture of the offensive and decent defensive pecking order. Devin Lloyd is coming in with major league wide respect at number 27 on the NFL Top 100. And before Carolina sees Buffalo, the question around Bryce Young is bigger than one completion or one touchdown drive. It is whether he can command the operation before the snap. The real question today: has Carolina built enough quarterback command, role clarity, and defensive leadership to become dependable? We're going to define what Bryce must show, what Buffalo should test, and what this depth chart says that the staff trusts. All right. So the first half discussion is Bryce Young. It's his pre-snap ownership, the next step. All right. That is the topic for the first topic for today. Facts first, Panthers offensive coordinator Brad Isaac identified offensive operation and snap point timing as a camp emphasis. Bryce Young is listed as Carolina's starting quarterback on the current unofficial depth chart, ahead of Kenny Pickett and Haynes King, and I forgot to put Kyle Trask on there as well. Carolina had not made a final public decision in its latest reporting on whether Bryce would play against Buffalo. I would find that hard to believe, given that the starters will play. All right. So the context is quarterback growth is not only about completion percentage or touchdown drives, it is about recognizing the front, helping the set protection, controlling cadence, communicating adjustments, and getting the offense into a workable answer before pressure wrecks the play. Bryce does not have to carry every protection call, but the offense has to look calm, organized, and on time. And I'm going to bring my guy Poppin to the stage. Poppin, what's going on?
Good morning. Good morning, America. Good morning to everybody that's chiming in to Sports Talk. Good morning. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the first graphic that we're going to bring up on the screen here, once I get it uploaded, here we go, is the command before the snap. So the main debate question I present to you, Poppin, is Bryce Young ready to own more of Carolina's operation before the snap, or does the offense still need the protection plan and play design to carry too much of that burden? What say you, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to year four. You know, they've talked about how he's more secure. I think I've even heard somebody say that they feel like that he's mastered the offense. Was that Canales? Might be wrong. Let me
Yeah.
know in the chat if
No,
I
no,
see.
Canales said that. Um, you heard Steve Smith said it a couple times on his podcast recently. That's where I heard it at. But I've also heard um Dave Canales mention how more prepared and um how Bryce has shown the mastery of the offense. So yeah, I've heard it from a couple people.
Okay, with that being said, yeah, he should be in full command of this offense now that he's, sensei master now of the offense. Um, there shouldn't be it. I wouldn't depend on him being the one that I'll be pointing out saying he's the one messing up. So now that he's in command, he has to make sure as the quarterback to get everybody else lined up and know what to do. So
Facts.
that's what I'm gonna
That's
say out there.
facts. Okay. All right. I expect the same thing. I know hearing Dave Canales talk about it, hear Steve Smith talk about it, cool. Um, I can see glimpses of it from the limited highlight tapes that we get from practice and stuff like that. Um, I think I'm just like anybody else. I want to see it carry over into a game. I want to see what it looks like when we go against the ones, hopefully, of Buffalo Saturday. I hope everything that they said comes to fruition. You know what I mean? I hope it comes to fruition. I hope we don't see
Absolutely.
what we seen of old. So it's like, if that's the case, then what is all this praise for if we're going to revert back to the old things that we used to do? I think everybody is tired of seeing that. So the praise that they are giving him in training camp right now, well, we want to see it before we really give him praise. I think that'd be a fair analysis on Bryce or the coaching staff, especially Brad Isaac. And I watched his press conference yesterday because I don't think the team practiced yesterday. So the coordinators, Brad Isaac had opportunity to come in and talk to the reporters. And one of the main things that he emphasized was talking about the cadence. You know what I'm saying? Getting um getting the play call in, reading the play inside the huddle, breaking huddle, hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and be ready to go. And he talked about how that can help the offense and helps allow the defense to show their hand early on. If you are constantly snapping the ball with 1 or 2 seconds left on the play clock, then they know they not in a hurry to show you or give you anything. And I think what he was also talking about was how defenses nowadays are showing you less pre-snap. So if you want to
Hmm.
force their hand, if you kind of want to undress what they're doing, get to the line of scrimmage as quick as you can. Um, make it look like you about to snap the ball right then and there, and they had no choice but to kind of show you what they're doing. If you hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage, get a man in motion or do a shift or whatnot, they're more likely to show you what it is that they're trying to hide or trying to disguise. Uh, so yeah, pop and turn your volume down in your truck because when I'm talking, I can hear the echo.
Okay, okay. Give me 1 second.
All right.
It says
So
echo.
yeah. When I'm talking, I can hear myself coming through
Oh, let me leave and come back.
your mic. So chat. I was definitely interested in what he was saying about the whole cadence part and what they will be trying to do, how much of it has been emphasized during training camp. I thought that was a great bit of information, especially something that you have to look forward to. And again, I definitely hope we see that Saturday, because this is something that has been talked about and emphasized throughout training camp. So we want to see it Saturday. That's all I can tell you. I think we got a glimpse of it Thursday night when Haynes King and those guys was starting. You know, the offense looked smooth. Had a good rhythm to it and everything like that. So the ones should be able to come out and have a better operation. You know, the same operation, if not better. You guys, let me know what you expect. What do you expect to see Saturday when we play Buffalo in Buffalo? You guys, let me know in the chat. Is it the control of the offense, the rhythm, the play calling, or are you more interested in seeing touchdowns or Carolina coming away with a win? What's more important for you guys Thursday? All right, Poppin, you good now?
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I'm sitting at a light now, so hopefully it
Okay.
ain't too loud.
All right. All right. So did you get a chance to listen to Brad Isaac press conference yesterday?
I was able to listen to some. I usually don't miss an interview. Um, But what I did thought that was important, which you did cover this a few minutes ago, was us being one of the teams out of several teams that take forever to snap the ball. I think we've
Right.
all have noticed that. Why do we always snap at 1 second?
Well,
So
he kind
hopefully
of
I speed that up.
explained. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
he did. He
Go
did.
ahead.
He did.
But he kind of yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So I appreciate that he noticed that he's got that under his profile. Well, not profile, but he knows that okay, that's something that we definitely need to work on to get it adjusted because you don't want to be predictable. So
Right. Right. Well, like I said, he mentioned yesterday why it was happening a lot because I think a reporter asked him about it and said that we ranked in the top 5 or top 6 when it
yep,
comes to snapping the ball with a few seconds left on the clock, and he said, well, a lot of that had to do with how defenses were trying to protect their coverage or their disguises, and it kind of the longer you waited the longer you waited, basically worked in the defense's favor because
right.
now they know you about to snap the ball. So now the defensive line can tee off because they know you only got but maybe 1 or 2 seconds. But if you come to the line of scrimmage, in a hurry with a more sense of purpose and get lined up and start your motion and shift and all that early, then they can't really just tee off like that. They can't really get a beat on the snap count. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get their
So
eyes
I
moving.
think right. So I think his emphasis was um emphasizing getting to the line of scrimmage early, get the play in early, get the play call, get to the line of scrimmage. Let's get going, and hopefully that should undress what the defense is trying to hide or what they're trying to disguise, and you get a bit a clearer picture with more time left on the play clock. And I like that. I like that. So what I took from it was he was talking about more tempo without saying we're going to go up tempo. You know what I mean?
Would you say some of those things were happening also because of Bryce's comfortability of reading the defense?
Mm, I can't say it was or wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to defend that because it very well could be. Um, the whole notion that he can't read defenses, I vehemently deny that. Well, argue against that because I don't think that's true whatsoever. Like I said, I think what Brad Isaac explained yesterday explained largely in part why the ball was snapped late. You know what I'm saying? We know how the play call was coming in late a lot of times last year.
Right.
Dave Canales had even mentioned it in post game press conferences that he need to get better at getting the play call in early enough to give Bryce time to go through everything that he needs to go through. And the fact that Brad Isaac is emphasizing that now in training camp, that's something that he wants to correct from last year. So I can't just say I wouldn't just say that it's Bryce has something to do with because he can't read defense because I don't believe that to be true whatsoever. What makes you think that? Not from
Um,
you, but this is not the first time I've heard that. So what makes you believe that?
I I think it's always a will be a learning curve for a quarterback coming in, learning, trusting his eyes on what he's seeing out there on the field. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
there might be a few anomalies or some guys that are just great at reading defense. But I think most quarterbacks
Mm-hmm.
that come in are going to struggle reading the defense because there's so many different exotics, schemes that they throw out there that make it look like this. Me and you talked behind the scenes about it can show this, but then that actually construct. can change. When you're talking about the cover 4 on one side, the cover 6 on the other side, like
Cover two on the other side. Yeah.
yeah, you if you're not used to that, then it's just because your eyes hasn't been trained. So I'm not gonna say that
Well,
Bryce
yeah.
can't read defense. I think all quarterbacks coming in the game struggle their first couple of years of reading defenses.
Well, now when you
That's
put it like that,
mhm.
then yes, I agree with you. I think all forget all the other quarterbacks. Yes, I think Bryce struggled his rookie year with reading defenses on the NFL level because he had never done it. So yes, it takes time to get familiar and comfortable with doing so. But last year, I don't think he has a problem. Right now, I don't think he has a problem reading defenses. He didn't give me that impression at all last year. But yeah, if you're talking about his rookie season, absolutely. I 100% agree with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as
See,
far
you
as like
see, you
the,
see what happened. You see
mhm.
what happened, Papas, when things are put in the proper context.
I mean, I
Yeah.
try. I don't. I try my best not to be.
Yeah.
I just try to call it how I see it and keep it fair. I'm not going. Uh, I've done enough talk about Bryce in a sense of what things I don't
Hmm.
like. Um, so when it comes to me critiquing him, I'm gonna critique it how I see it. I'm not gonna make any
Yeah.
lies up, but
Absolutely. You ain't
but
supposed to.
but
There's enough of that going around.
I think with that being said, I think another reason why we might have taken a little longer to snap the ball is
Hmm.
Bryce getting comfortable with the playbook as well. Like that'd have been his
That
year
yeah.
two of really like going through the simulation of the playbook and just being more, I
Yeah.
guess we could say, secure of what he's going to call. Do he need to make any adjustments and things of that nature? So I'm not mad at it. We can't
Right.
push advancement if you're not ready. So,
And I feel
but
you.
hopefully this year
I
will be
feel you and I
faster.
agree. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, but hopefully this year it just becomes faster. It should be more fluid.
Right. I agree with you um wholeheartedly on that. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that because even though year 2, which was his first year with Dave Canales, um that was again learning a new offense. You know what I'm saying? Getting with a new play caller. So now you got to learn this offense all over again. So last year I think was better than his first year with Dave Canales, and I believe that this year, going into his third year in the system, will be better than last year. That's part of the small incremental growth that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's anything leaps and bounds. I don't think he's done that. I don't know for sure if they're even asking that of him, but I think they can see the little incremental growths, and there's nothing wrong with that, whether it's big or small. At least your trajectory is going up instead of down or staying the same. You know what I mean. So
Mhm.
I think you would take a little bit of profit over no profit or losing profit. Which one would you rather have?
I don't ever want to lose profit.
Right.
I don't ever want to
Exactly.
lose profit. I don't
So
think we're going to play against the ones tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. This week
Saturday, why you say that? Why
because
you think
wouldn't that
that?
be Buffalo's first preseason game?
Yes, it'll be their first preseason game, but it also will be their first game in their new stadium at home in front of their home crowd. It'll be Joe Brady's first time as a head coach. I just don't me personally. I don't see how you gonna open up the stadium, albeit it's just a preseason game. But you're gonna open up your brand new stadium in front of your fans, and they're not going to see the starters play.
Yeah,
But they didn't
I get what you're saying.
they didn't
Get
have
it.
no joint practice this week. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I would say maybe the starters will get out there like Dave Canales is thinking about for his starters, 10 to 20 snaps. I don't. They're not gonna go. They're not going to get out there and play a whole quarter or anything like that. It's a
Right.
build up to the season, just like any other off season. You know what I'm saying? They play a little bit in the first preseason game. They play a little bit more in the second. The third preseason game, they sit out because that's when you're gonna see the backups, undrafted free agents, all these people that's trying to make the team. Those are the guys that you're going to see the third preseason game. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be any different than years past. That's just how they do things. But to open up their brand new stadium, um, like I said, albeit that it's a preseason game at home in front of their fans, yeah, I'll be hard pressed. I'll be hard pressed to believe that they're not going to play. AJ Brooks said the Bills said their players would be playing. Okay,
Okay,
all right.
cool.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that information, AJ. So yeah.
Well, we got a game,
So
boys.
so let me ask you this: what
Hmm.
would be the clearest sign Bryce is processing the defense faster before the snap?
Well, like you said, that time clock. If he's calling it, a lot shorter than that 1 second. Which I don't mean to sound dramatic. 1 second isn't saying nothing. But if he gets it out of there quicker, processing whatever he
Mm-hmm.
needs to process, he still, he snapped the ball at 10 seconds left on the clock. Hey, that's 9 seconds that he used to have him roll off, and he's darting them up. Man, I mean, I would definitely have to give him a round of applause for that. I'm like, okay, he's gotten comfortable. Even though I know it's gonna be vanilla,
Right.
but if that time clock has a lot more seconds than usual, I'm like, all right, okay,
Yeah.
might be cooking with something.
Yeah.
He's processing or
Yeah.
something. He's gotten comfortable. I'll say that. He's gotten comfortable.
And shout out to Zip. Zip said, "Hey y'all, I just got my oldest boy signed up in football. I'm excited as hell. He 9, and I'm about to pour my all into him in this football.
Oh,
Hey, that's
poor!
what's up, Zip. That's
Congratulations to
what's
you,
up.
Zip. Poor
Hey,
child.
let us know in the chat what position he gonna be playing. You know what
Poor
I'm saying?
child.
What position
Oh
he going
Lord.
out for? What you say, porch?
Poor child. Look, little Zipper got you as his coach.
Yeah.
Oh man, you gonna give him an earful. I told you,
But
get your
Zip didn't
ass
say
down. Oh man, nah.
he ain't say he was coaching him. I don't
Oh
think he
no.
coaching him.
Oh, you a coach. Once you put your child in football or any sport, you
Yeah.
coaching. You coaching them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But congratulations to little Zipper.
Yeah. Kevlar Tom said, what if he gets the call late though? Okay. What if he gets it?
Well,
I don't I don't know.
yeah.
I mean the call just came in late. That's all I can tell you. I don't so I think what we're saying is I don't think it would be as often as it was in the past, the way that Brad Izzet said that he's been emphasizing it since day one in training camp. So is it going to be occasions, every now and then where something happens or a case may be? I'm pretty sure it will, but I don't think it would be the norm any longer. Yeah, I don't think it would be the norm any longer. What you think, Poppin?
Well, Kevlar, we already have had mic issues and headset issues. I'm pretty sure they got a plan B. I would hope. I would think they got a plan B. Hey, if we're in this down with this amount of yards on this part of the field, you got A, B, C, or D to choose from, according to what you see out there on the field with the defense presents you. They got to come up with
Yeah.
something. So hey, what's his name did it? Baby hands, Kenny Pickett.
I mean, he survived, so I mean, I'm sure Bryce should be able to do something. Hey, call a run play. You can't get no safer than a run play.
Hey, for real. For real. That's no lies detected. Kevlar Thompson, I'm saying the clock will be closer to 0. Okay. All right. So, before we get into the next question, real quick, shout out to everyone that's in the chat. I know I've shown them already, but shout out to Candy Girl as always, showing love to the channel, supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what the pastry is this morning, Candy Girl. Shout out to Gerald Stick Jones. He said, "Good morning, Tony. Good morning, chat. Good morning, my God. Thank you for tapping in as always. You guys, everybody, make sure that you hit that like button as well. Whether you're on your phone, watching it, or you're on your computer or laptop, watching the show this morning, hit that like button for me. If you're not subscribed to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and you're probably watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, open up a browser, go to youtube.com/UO Sports Talk.com. I'm showing it right here on the screen. youtube.com/UO Sports Talk. I would greatly appreciate it. The past 2 days, I have picked up about 15 new members. I greatly appreciate you guys believing in me, trusting in me, rocking with me each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And to let you guys know, as the season gets ready to start, not only will I be talking about Carolina Panthers football, because that's who I'm a fan of, that's who I will be talking about majority of the time, but I will also be talking about other teams, other games as well, because I know more football than just Panther football. So that's what I rock with. The first half discussion will always be about the Panthers. Halftime discussion will be about any other pro or college football team that we discuss. And then the second half, we'll bring it back to the Panthers, and that's how we'll end the show. So yeah, always centrally focused on Carolina Panthers, but I will be discussing other teams and talking about other teams as well throughout the season. So I hope you guys continue to rock with Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk and the morning kickoff each and every morning, Monday through Friday. All right. Who else shout out? Jonte Rozier said from Northern Nevada. What's up, Jonte? He be trying to trick me. He swear I am not saying what he want me to say, but he can keep putting it in there. I like that support for your team though, but I ain't gonna say it. Tebow C Panther 59 said good morning, Tebow. Hey, appreciate your support as well, my guy. Appreciate your support. Hit that like button for me. Thank you for tapping in. Rashad, definitely appreciate your support, dog. He said, "What it do? What's going on, Rashad?" Latino Panther said, "Tony, what's up? What's good, Latino? Appreciate you for tapping in." King James 864 said, "Good afternoon, Tony. Good morning, popping, and Panthers Nation keep pounding." What's up, King James? Appreciate you for tapping in as well. Quante said, "I want to see the offense move the ball." So do we, Quante. Thank you for tapping in. Appreciate you. A shout out AJ Brooks. We already mentioned him. Shout out to Zip. Thank you for tapping in as always, my guy. Kevlar Tom, I think this is your first time. If you're watching through CJ channel, subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk channel as well. Hit that post notification bell, select all so you'll be made aware when I go live each and every morning, Monday through Friday. Thomas Lee Highsmith, I think this is your first time as well. This is my first time seeing you. Appreciate you for tapping in. Subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Let me put the banner back up. Well, I will put the banner back up after I get through giving everybody a quick shout out. But thank you for tapping in, my guy. Earl Lockley said, "What's good, Tony? What's good, Earl?" Who are D Cash, my boy D Cash. He always say, Tony, hey, what's going on, D Cash? Appreciate you for tapping in. SC low chicken low mean boy says so. Says up popping and Kung Fu Jenkins. What's up, SC? Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Zip said, "Poppin', come on, man," with the laughing emojis. The new offensive coordinator is going to take the offense to a whole nother level. The Hall of Fame game proved that to me. All right, Thurman. I appreciate that, my guy. Who else we got here? Shaky 8. What's going on, Shaky 8? He said, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Shaky. What's going on with you? Thank you for tapping in. Bloody, what's going on? He said, rise. Oh, rise down. Keep facts, Bloody. Facts. He don't know the vibes. Reality Beats says, Roman Harper said in year 4, the game gets really slow for you. Probably why Bryce going crazy in practice right now. Hey, that very well can be. That very well can be. I got to see that action first. I got to see that action. And Saturday will be the beginning of the measuring stick for the season. I believe that. All right. So, yeah, thank you for everybody. Thank you for tapping in. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, there it is on the screen right there, youtube.com at UO Sports Talk. All right. So, Poppin', my next question will be, I want to go with this one. Does the receiver room give Bryce enough reliable answers when defenses bring pressure? How do you feel about that? You think they'll be able to do that this year?
Well, I would say yes. I would say, yeah. Uh, we already know that T Mac is, I call him T Magnificent. He's gonna do his job. Jalen Coker being our number 2, he has showed that when healthy, he's definitely a security blanket. Can
Right.
route you up. They both oppose a threat. And ACL just needs to, step his game up and do what he needs to do. But, but we got so many different weapons. We just have a lot of unproven, but we know the talent is there. But either way, you got at least two guys that you can for sure say you can depend on no matter what.
Who's that? Who would be the 2 that you feel that he could depend on no matter what?
I would say T Mac and Copeland.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear you say it. I just wanted to hear you say
Well, I mean, I figured that's why you asked that. I mean, I can depend on X. Too. I can depend on X for staying healthy.
To stay healthy?
Yeah,
okay.
He just got everything else. He just got to level up, which I think he will.
Okay. I don't know why King James telling me to shut up. He said, "Shut up, low tone, Tony." All right, King James. I don't know what I did. I hope I ain't pissed you off this morning, but hey, I feel the love. No matter what.
Shout out to everybody that said what's up in the chat. Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. But to answer my own question, it's a TBD, a to be determined. You know what I mean? It's to be determined. I believe with Jalen Coker being healthy and available come week 1, I think that presents a whole nother dynamic, a whole nother set of problems for the defense, for Chicago. Because last year we didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? We had a rookie that was in as the number 1 that demanded a lot of attention. Teams didn't believe that we had a number 2 that can possibly threaten them, so they doubled the number one. And we didn't have nobody that step up as wide receiver 2 in those 5 or 6 games that Jalen Coker was absent on a consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? So you saw double coverage on T-Mac early and often. And when you don't have somebody, when you're not able or not in a position to make the defense pay for that, then they're going to stay in it, and then nine times out of 10, they're going to beat you in that defense, because there's not a lot of adjustments that they need to make. They already made the one adjustment that they know that has gotten you out your game. They don't believe in your running game, and they don't believe in your number 2 or your number 3 wide receiver. That's horrible if you're an offense or you're an offensive coordinator. Like, to succeed up under that kind of pressure, knowing that defenses are not respecting your offense or your play calling or your running ability, that's a hell of a hill to climb. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Right.
hell of a hole to try to climb out of, from the
Right.
first snap of the game to the last snap. Now, how they did it last year, hey, kudos to Carolina to getting some of the victories that they did get. But the expectation for this year gets a little bigger,
Right.
because on paper, offensively, you look a little better. Your quarterback is going into his year 4. You're looking to be a little bit more healthier at the skill positions than you were last year. The offensive line, depending on who you ask, still has some things that they need to prove up front. I do believe, especially with Rasheed Walker and Monroe Freeling playing the tackle positions. So yeah, I believe Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis will be available week 1. So I'm not as too worried about the guard positions. I think Luke Fortner is going to solidify, or has already solidified, his position as a starting center. So, that kind of, I guess that kind of gives you comfort from understanding he wasn't that great in run, run blocking as he was in pass protection. So we'll get an opportunity to see that Saturday when he playing against Ed Oliver in that defensive front from Buffalo. But how do you feel about the offensive line being steady enough to protect Bryce, so that we can see all the things that we've been hearing thus far about his maturation and his growth and a command in this offense?
Yeah. Well, first I want to throw this out there, because we strive to be different. I think, and this is just to touch back on the wide receiver thing real quick. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. The big
Yeah.
3. People have said that. But I got a nickname for him, and it's called the CLT. Yeah, the CLT. So if
The-
you hear somebody else say that, you know where it came from, you know the date it was said on, and what show I said it on. The CLT.
What?
That's Coker, Leggett,
What?
and T-Mac. The big 3.
Oh,
I
the
think a
big.
lot of people
Okay.
will be calling that and be saying it. And y'all know Papa said it first. So if you hear or see anybody saying it, it came from me. But yes, I will be I think that's really, really important about the offense. Really about the offensive line. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be paying attention a lot. Because like you said, we do got a rookie out there at tackle. Um, and
Yeah.
we got
Right tackle.
Walker, yeah, right tackle. You got Walker out there. He's a better. He should be all right. Um, and then we got a brand new center, but he's a veteran as well. We'll see they well.
You breaking up a little bit, popping. El Papa, you breaking up a little bit if you can hear me. Okay. Poppin dropped off for a minute. But I agree with him. Yes, I have been giving Mullins, aka Xavier Leggett, a little hell this offseason. I ain't gonna lie. But this is the year for him to really show and prove why the Panthers invested in him, why they are giving him opportunity after opportunity to prove himself. And this is a proving year. Now, how much of a jump he's going to take this year being wide receiver 3, I don't know. But he needs to prove better than what he has shown the first 2 years of his career. So I think if he can do that, if he can show better field awareness, better route running, confidence in his hands, things like that, I think that can bode well with him as the season progresses and later on in the future, whether it's with Carolina or anybody else. But you want to see the young man progress and be a major part in what we do offensively. Go ahead, Poppin. What you were saying before you had to make adjustments.
Yeah, the offensive line is definitely something I'll be watching to make sure that they are protecting, they give it protection. You don't want to get exposed at preseason. So, what somebody said? TLC, tender love and care.
Eternal said you renamed them cheese, lettuce, and tomato. Hey, Eternal, I ain't even mad at you. I ain't even.
That's funny. That's funny. Nah.
Cheese, lettuce, and tomato.
Hey,
damn it, boy.
long,
And let
long,
me drop. Go ahead. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for anybody that want to come up and join the panel. Go ahead,
but
Papa.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, whoever used the CLT, you know what I'm saying? Just give me props. Maybe some of y'all probably don't know what CLT stands for. Tony, you want to tell them?
Oh, Coca Leggett and T-Mac.
Yeah, but like, what does CLT stand for? Like those.
Oh,
those,
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just I know we got some people from Nevada up in here. Just to let y'all know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So this is the preseason, of course, and everybody knows that. So in preseason reps, what matters more? The clean operation, the explosive plays, or third down execution? And you can only pick one. And you gotta tell me why you picked it. In the preseason reps, what matters more? The clean operation, explosive plays, or third down execution? In chat, you can answer that as well. Let me know in the chat what matters more: clean operation, explosive plays, or third down execution. Go ahead, Poppin'. What you say?
Clean operation, to be all the way honest. Now, you know what I'm saying? If I put my fanboy, I want to see them big plays. But clean operation, what you really want to see, because at least you know that the guys are where they're supposed to be, executing plays. Because if it's a clean operation, it still can't be big plays. It still could be there. There's big throws down the field. It's still a clean operation because you hit. But I want to make sure that guys are executing their job. It's going to be some mess ups. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be perfect. But that's what I want to see. I want to see that clean, smooth operation, a fluid movement of the offense and getting down the field. It don't have to be 30 yards down the field every single throw, but where are you going with the ball? Are the running backs picking up the blocks? Is anybody calling out the blitz? Those things you take into consideration. So many nuances that I could go on forever. But that's what I want to see with a clean operation on both ends, offense and defense. Still there, Tony?
Oh, my bad. I'm just talking and the mic was muted. My bad. Let me go back. Because I said AJ Brooks said explosive plays. That's where we needed improvement. Eternal 252 said for our offense, third downs was an issue last year. We have to see that. And Nikari says, so I guess I'll say clean operation. He said looking competent is what matters. And Nikari, I see that you're on Twitter. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, do me a favor, open up a YouTube browser, youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. And I would greatly appreciate that, my guy. All right. So yeah, I can if I had to pick one, I would say clean operation because, like you said, popping, it does possibly lead to everything else. Explosive plays. If we got a clean operation, it would lend you to believe that it will also help with third down execution. You know what I'm saying? So making
Right.
sure that the play call is in on time. Bryce calls the play in the huddle, on time. They break the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage. Everything is clean, and you go from there. You can definitely operate better when the operation is clean, when everything flows and has a fluid movement to it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's in rhythm. Everybody's on the same page. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I like that. Clean operation, definitely. I want to see that, and I think everything else would follow suit. Reality Beat said, I want to see Bryce pick apart the defense. 5 completions in a row. Clean operation. All right, Reality Beats. Greatly appreciate that information. Greatly appreciate that. All right, so let's
Tony,
see.
do
What
you
other
want to see them try to make just take at least they got 20 plays or 20 snaps. How many deep throws do you want to see them attempt? Even if they don't connect, how many would you like to see?
I don't have a number. I
Okay.
really don't. I don't have a number when it comes like you said. Let's start with a clean operation. Let's see everybody execute the play that they're supposed to execute in the way that they're supposed to execute it, and I believe things will happen at that time. But like you said, in 10 to 20 plays, I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I believe in what it has shown in past history in the preseason. If you put the ones out there and they go down the field and they score on that first drive,
Oh, it's over with. They're
you
coming
may
off.
yeah, they're coming off. You may not even see them. So if they go down and score in the first 7 plays, I mean that's all you get. And if you didn't see a big play, I don't think nobody's really gonna be tripping too much that they didn't see a shot downfield. As long as
Right.
we put, some points on the board, whether it be 6 or 3. I want to see them move the chains.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them getting behind, 3rd and 15 or 2nd and 10 and stuff like that. Fighting from behind. I want to see them legitimately move the chains down the field. At least a 7-play drive or better, and then a clean operation. And whether you got 6 or 3, for me, for their first time out this year, I would take that.
Right.
I would take that because that to me, in my opinion, is like a build up of what is to come. If you start off right with the right foundation, then you can continue to build off of that. So then we don't know what we'll see preseason 2 or preseason 3, and possibly when week 1 rolls around, we ready to go. Everybody's healthy. Everything is, all go on week 1.
Right.
That's what I would like to see. That's what I would
I
like
agree.
to see. Yeah. So so we know Bryce is going to play against Buffalo. What would count as real progress even without a touchdown drive?
I think you just said it, moving the ball down the field. I mean, you come off the field and I mean your kicker still needs to get, reps as well in a real games situation. But I mean,
Right.
if he puts you in field goal position or a team puts you in field goal position to kick a field goal, cool. I mean, I'm not against him trying to see, how big the leg is, pause. So if you want to take a 50, I mean, this is the time to do it, right? Let's see what he got out there. Put that boot on. If you want to kick a 60
Yeah.
yarder, do it. Why not? What do you got to lose? It ain't going on
The
your record.
preseason is the best time to see it, right?
Right. So let me see what that boot look like, man. Strap it
Yeah.
up and hit it, man. Well, a 62 yarder,
Because
I'm down for the shenanigans.
if I'm not mistaken, in the Hall of Fame game, did Carolina punt at all? Because I think if I
No.
remember, Dave Canales said something about that. The plan was that they were going to go for it on 4th down, regardless of the situation in the Hall of Fame game. And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier and throughout the week. And I think this is what Will was trying to emphasize when he was explaining what's the difference of importance to fans and the players as it is to the coaches in the front office. The coaches in the front office, they want to see execution. They trying to evaluate all these young players that's in the game that can possibly add depth to the team, make the practice squad, so they trying to figure out all that, while the fans, and the fans want the players to win the game. The players want to win the game. I don't think that's as much of a priority when it comes to the coaches and the front office people that are doing the evaluation of players. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why he had made the decision beforehand to pretty much go for it on 4th down. Earl Locklear said 1 punt in the Hall of Fame game. Okay, Earl. Yeah. Yeah. And shout out to Howard Simmons. What's up, Howie? For the 10 jewels, the gold coin. I appreciate that, my guy. And I see that you're watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel. Open up another browser. Go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk, Howard. And that's my channel as well. You can subscribe there. Let me put it up on the screen again for you if you need to see it. youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I would greatly appreciate it, my guy. And you know how Howard do, popping. So Howard, come up on the panel, man. I put the link in the chat. So just make sure you read the room and match the energy. That's all I can tell you, dog. Read the room, match the energy, and come up and let's have a good
coffee break.
Go ahead and have us a good football conversation. All right. Earl said the only times we punted was with Kenny Pickett. The King didn't punt at all because he converted on 3rd downs. Okay, Eternal.
Yeah, the Eternal.
Tyrone said, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tyrone. So, yeah. All right. So, before we, there go Howard right there. Howie, what's going on?
Good morning, fellas. Morning, man.
Good morning.
Good morning, my guy. Glad you finally tapped into Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk.
I thought it showed up, but that sounds like Tony's voice.
Yeah, that's me. Monday
man.
through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, I'm on a JLB, of course, so I probably won't be up as long.
That's fine. You say you already subscribed?
I don't hear
If
him
you're saying
anymore.
something, Howard, I can't hear you. Marquise, talking about let's turn this place upside down. That's a negative, Marquise. Won't be happening. You already know the vibe over here. Yeah. Papa,
I'm
why you
anxious to
still on
see.
my big three line? Go ahead,
What?
Howard.
I'm anxious to see JB as well. Defense side of the ball. I'm anxious to
Yeah.
see if this D line can create pressure. Maybe 2 with the starters. If they
Mhm.
play 1 through 20 plays or whatever, at least 2 sacks. Doesn't matter
Okay.
who gets it, just at least 2 sacks.
Just at
You
least
know,
2 sacks.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I
maybe.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, just to see, man. I want them to play hard, and I know people say, "Hey, man, it's a preseason game. I want to get." I don't want nobody to get hurt, but I want them to show us what they're going to show us in the regular season. I want to see is this what we're going to get in the regular season? You know, that type of
Mhm.
stuff. I don't want no surprises, man.
I feel you. I feel you. What you think about what Howard said, Poppy?
I can agree. I don't. They can't show but so much, Howard. You know what I mean? Because everything gonna be vanilla. But I do agree. I think they should show that everything's moving fluid. Like, okay, we came here, we did what we supposed to do. Um, we didn't slack off. We dominated in a sense. Just play as the better team. Uh, whether we win or lose, with the starters being out there, the starters should really put on. But what was that? Somebody said I stole their what? I took their what line?
Oh, Earl Locklear said, Poppy, why you still on my big three line?
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
Let me find
Earl,
out. Copyright infringement.
I've
That's
never heard.
copyright infringement, Earl.
I have never even heard Earl's voice. My fault. I didn't know. Me and
He
Ice Cube
said,
owe
good
you some
minds think
money.
alike.
Yeah. My bad. My bad. My bad, brother. Hey, but look. Hey, I'll tell you what, Earl.
Yeah.
If I can use that, you can use the CLT. How about that? Is that a fair trade? How about that?
All right, Earl. All right. So Howard, of course, now I know how you feel about Bryce Young. That's
Mm-hmm.
widely noted. So,
Yep.
but I don't know if you listened to Brad Isaac's press conference and what he was talking about, what he's been emphasizing since day one from camp this year was getting the cadence in early. I mean, getting the play
Yes.
calling in early, getting the cadence, getting the play call right, and getting to the line of scrimmage with a sense of urgency, so they won't be snapping the ball with 1 or 2 seconds on the play clock. And we all know that was an emphasis. Poor execution, getting the plays in late last season. So, what do you think about him saying that? And recognizing that was a problem last year and emphasizing it this year so it won't be a problem again.
I think that's great, man. To recognize that was a problem. Good coaches should do stuff like that. I mean, recognize what's wrong. No matter who's at fault, just recognize it and fix it. You know what I'm saying? And if fixing it is good. It'll look good on Bryce Young's behalf because people don't know how the plays. A lot of fans probably don't know how the plays come in and out. So the first thing they're gonna say is, "Damn, why is Bryce taking so long?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they get that fixed, it'll look good for Bryce too.
So a smoother operation. It would make the operation smoother.
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Right. So what would be the starters are projected to play 10 to 20 snaps Saturday against Buffalo. What would be the clearest sign to you that Bryce is processing the defense faster before the snap?
Hell, if they go down the field and score a touchdown, like You know what I'm saying? No 3 and outs. Just go on down the field. It don't have to be very fast, but it all
Mhm.
ends up to being a touchdown.
Okay.
5
What
yards
what if
here,
it
maybe a 10. Go ahead.
what if it's just a field goal? They moving the chains, they moving the ball downfield.
Hmm.
Instead of 6, they get 3. Is that a success to you?
Um, yeah, points on the board is always a success to me.
Right.
Okay, but
Right.
me personally too, I want to see touchdown because I feel like we have an unstoppable wide receiving core. I feel like that.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I feel like if I mean I just feel like we got an unstoppable wide receiver core. It's going to be problems for them cornerbacks. It should be. And Bryce
Right.
with that, he should be able to connect at will. To me, okay, should be able to
Okay.
connect at will, man.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with expecting a touchdown over a field goal. I mean, hell, I would love to see a touchdown over a field goal as well. I think anybody that's a Panther fans would rather see 6 over 7. I mean, 6
Hmm.
over 3. But
Yeah.
if they move the ball, if the operation looks clean,
Hmm.
there's no constantly behind the chains, like no third and longs, things
Right.
like that, and you get down into field goal range or whatever the case may be, whether you
Hmm.
come away with a touchdown or a field goal, will it
Right.
still be deemed successful? I think it would, but we all would prefer 6 over 3. I think we
Yes.
can all agree on that.
And
Yeah.
I think we got the group that we can do that. I mean, I just think we got the good group to do that. I don't want it to be where it's okay to always just move the ball down and get 3 points. I don't want that to be an okay thing. Okay, points on the board
Okay.
is good, but I just don't want that to. I don't want that to be. Hey, we got 3, so
Okay.
I don't want. I don't want it
Let
like
me
that.
bring Let me bring on up Nick Tri-State. Nick, what's going on?
Good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Tri-State, boy, I
What
ain't
up,
heard your
Pat?
voice in a while, man. How you
What's
doing, man?
good, man? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
Hey, talk to me, G. What's going on? What have you heard so far this morning?
Oh man, today my day off, so I was like, yes, I can go chop it up with Tony for a little bit.
No
Yeah, I ain't gonna
doubt.
hold you, Tony. This is maybe a little embarrassing to say.
Hmm.
Um, I can't. I don't know how to read the depth chart properly in regards to like I don't know who wide receiver 5 is, who 6 is. Like, is wide receiver 4 the one under Tet behind Tet? Is it the one behind
Yeah.
Excel? Like, could you help
Right.
me with that, dog?
Well, I'm gonna get into that. That's
No
gonna
doubt.
be the last thing that we
Okay,
discuss
bet, 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 bet.
at the end. So yeah. What do you did you get up? Did you get a chance to listen to Brad Isaac's press conference yesterday?
I'm not gonna lie, Tone. I was listening to it, but while I was on my break, and then break ended, and I didn't end up
Hmm.
listening to the end of it. But from what I did hear,
Yeah.
um, very, very intrigued. I'm very eager to see like how this is gonna play out, bro. I'm not gonna, and I know I ain't the only one. I'm very eager to see how this plays out.
Right.
I have some weird confidence in Idzik this year. I don't know why.
Okay. What you mean? What you mean by that?
I think he is a young, very, very low key intelligent guy. I think that he is going to bring some new concepts that is just going to, it's gonna, like, Bryce is gonna look good, but then it's also gonna be like, shit, you could put anyone back there and they're gonna look good because the concepts and everything look so damn, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so. I think it's a young coach game now too, right, Tone? Right, Howie? Like, we see it now, bro. Like, the OG coaches are gone, bro. This is a young man's league now. You know what I mean? And I think I
Hmm.
think we got the right youngin. I think we got one of them right youngins.
So, and I don't want to deviate too much, but you brought up something about Brad Isaac's age. Do you expect him to be a little bit more aggressive
Yes.
with his play calling than what Dave Canales showed the first 2 years?
Yes, I think he's going to be very Ben Johnson like. And what I mean by that is we may see some shots on second and short and third and short where teams are going to think, oh, it's 3rd and 2. Let's load up the box.
They're gonna run it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just going to huff that thing deep instead. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because and personally, I love that mindset. I love that mindset because it brings back a lot of nostalgia to the old Madden games when you would hear John Madden say, like, when it would be second and short, oh, you used to hear it in the old Maddens, oh, this is a great play to open up for play action and maybe a deep shot, like, you know what I mean?
right.
I like those, I like that. I like that mentality. Second and short, let's take a shot. You know what I mean? We even if it's incomplete, you still got third and short. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely interested to see how it plays out.
What you think? What do you feel about Brad? Do you think or do you hope that he's a little bit more aggressive than what Dave Canales showed us the first 2 years? Because I know I've been highly critical of Dave Canales and his up and down conservative play calling. What do you think we will see from Brad Isaac, Howard? You on mute if you saying something, Howard. I know he at work. All right. We'll come back to Howard on that one. So Nick, does this receiver room give Bryce enough reliable answers when defenses bring pressure? Well, what is your confidence level with this wide receiver room that is currently constructed?
Um, Confidence level, I'm at like a 7.5 out of 10, which is I would
Okay.
consider
Oh,
that pretty
that's pretty
confident.
confident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
that's pretty
confident.
confident.
Yeah,
That's pretty confident.
I
Okay.
think Jimmy Horn's looking good, Tone, from what I've been
Now I
reading.
can't front. I can't. Hey, I would not even cap you down. He did look good Thursday night in that Hall of Fame game, and he has looked good in practice. So, hey, I'm with you, and that's what you want to see. You want to see young guys come in and continue to develop and get better year after year. Year one, we know what
Exactly.
Jimmy Horn looked like, how he came in. He was very undersized coming from Colorado. This offseason, he decided to bulk up, put on weight, add strength, and you could see how that benefit him Thursday in the Hall of Fame game, right? You can see it in some of the highlights that we get every day from Panthers practice, how it's benefiting him and stuff like that. So that's what I talk about, about the continued development of some of these young players who, like, when they first come into the league, they may be not as ready as we expected them to be, because there was definitely a large hole for him to climb out of, just to be on a level to where you could possibly take him serious. And I think teams would take him a little bit more serious this year than they did last year. But Howard, you back? Okay, I guess Howard ain't back. I saw that he unmuted the mic.
I'm sorry
Hey,
if
Tone.
I don't
Oh,
know what happened to my audio. Yeah, my bad. I had you guys on mute. Yeah, my bad. Tri-State.
Oh, okay.
no, you
You were
good, bro?
saying something before I got right off.
I forgot. I forgot what I asked you, Howard. Tri-State had said something, and I wanted to get your opinion on it, but I forgot
Was
exactly.
it the Idzik stuff?
Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah.
about Brad Isaac. Um, how do you feel about Brad Isaac? Do
Yeah.
you believe that his play calling will be a little bit more aggressive than what we saw from Dave Canales the first 2 years? Howard, that's for you.
I really don't know because can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. I really don't know because I don't know his play call style or whatever. Hopefully he'll mix it up real good. Hopefully, Uh I'm not saying that Canella's play calls was bad, but I just hope he mix this thing up and utilize all the weapons we have, like a horn. Just mix it up, man. Use every bit of talent that you have out there. Use it.
Okay.
That's that's what I got on that.
Yeah. So what I have on the screen was the Bryce Young command before the snap. So I list 5 things that I feel like he needs to be able to implement before the snap. Number 1 was protection ID. Set the front, declare the mic. Number 2 is cadence and snap timing. Control the count, stay on time. Front recognition, see the look, find the pressure. Number 4 was route adjustment, get to the right answer. And number 5 is the right play. Make sure that you check into the best look for the offense. So if I believe if he's able to do all that, that goes right in line when we talk about the clean operation that I mentioned earlier. How do you feel about that? If Bryce is able to do these 5 things, do you think that bodes well not only for him but for the offense as a whole this year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah. The cadence, snap timing. That's what I want to see more. Have that be perfect, excellent.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Bryce already picked up on the protection ID stuff. I think he got that. Honestly speaking.
Okay.
The route adjustment. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean?
To be determined.
Yeah, it depend. Yeah, to be determined. Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want to see it first. You want to see him. You want to see him do it. I got it. I
Mhm.
got it.
Yeah.
Nick,
Yo.
what you think if Bryce is able to do all 5 of these things pre-snap? Do you think that bodes well not only for him but the offense as a whole?
Protection ID, set the front, declare the mic, cadence, snap time. Oh, you're saying if he does all 5 of these things before the snap?
Yeah.
Oh, we're golden. We're golden.
Okay.
We're golden
All
if he does
right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe so too. I
Yeah.
believe so too. If the reports that they're saying coming out of camp that he is showing a mastery of the offense, a better trust in his receivers, throwing the ball with better anticipation this year, meaning throwing it before the wide receivers even come up out their breaks because he's trusting them to be where they're going to be. If he's doing all these things that like they're saying that he's doing in training camp, this is what I want to see Saturday given opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it on display. So and like you said and like Howard said, if he's doing all 5 of these things, I believe it bodes well not only just for him, but it's going to bode well for the offense as a whole. So yeah, so I think we all 3 on the court when it comes to that. All right. So we're going to move right into my halftime. And before we do that, we are an hour and 15 minutes into the live this morning. If you are enjoying the conversation, enjoying the debate, enjoying the energy and the vibes that the morning kickoff with Unbiased Opinion is bringing to you this morning. Show some love to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. There's a QR code at the top right. You can scan that QR code, support the show. It will take you to my PayPal link. There's also a link that's pinned in the comments in the YouTube chat at the top. You can click that link, show support for the channel. My daily goal is $25. Not trying to pay rent or anything like that. Just $25. I'll greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that is also in the YouTube comment section, and I will also put it in the chat if anybody needs it, because I don't have Cash App. Cash App is not available where I'm at, so that's why I use good old PayPal. All right, so here it is in the chat. Donate whatever your heart feels, or tells you to donate. I greatly appreciate it. So there's the link in the chat as well. All right. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, again, I'll put that link up as well. You go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. All right. youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. I greatly appreciate that as well. Oh, Howard left, huh, Nick?
Yeah, maybe he's busy.
Okay.
Might be busy.
All right. That's cool.
Might be busy at the job.
Yeah.
Bro said Nick been hiding. Nick
see.
never hid in his life, Highway 70 brown boy.
Hey, Nick, what I need for you to do for me right now,
What's up?
I'm about to bring somebody up on the panel, but you're going to have to go down and meet him at the elevator because he's going to need a little help. Now, his room is across from the elevator, but he on his scooter, so you probably just need need a little help. Red Swarm, what's happening?
Oh, come on, man. Don't do that to my guy, Swarm.
Really, we're going to keep that going.
Good morning, OG Swarm.
Good morning, fellas. Well, I will tell you this. Howard in the room right next to mine. So it is what it is. So, yeah.
Nah, Howard ain't that old.
Shit,
I'm older than Howard. I'm older than Howard.
Damn, I can't hear Red. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Me, Howard, and Will, we down the hall. You at the elevator,
Y'all ain't
son.
down the hall. Y'all ain't down the hall.
We down at the end of the hall. You down in the handicap.
No, sir.
You down in the handicap across from the elevator.
Hey,
don't deny it. Just embrace it. Just embrace it,
No.
dog.
I'm right across from the elevator. I like that room. Yeah, I got them special made bathrooms, them handles in there. But Tony,
hey, that got its benefits, Swarm.
Thank you, Nick.
What?
Yeah. Tony, you 2 rooms down. Don't stop that, Tony.
You crazy as hell.
You in the middle. Let's put it like that, dude. You in the middle.
53 is different from 59, dog. You about different. 2 steps. You 2 steps away from the 6th floor. Don't even try it.
And Tony, since we have discussion, let me tell all these brothers that keep having birthdays something.
Yeah.
Keep having birthdays. When you hit that 40th one, you might not believe what I'm telling you, but something different happens when you turn 40. If you think I'm bullshitting, ask somebody who passed that number. When you turn 40, some things, and I ain't just talking about body-wise. I'm talking about with your emotions, with, the mental state, all of that. Just hit it. You'll see.
Hey, Swarm, hold on, Swarm. Yeah. Hold on. Oh, may I real quick? Swarm, I'm 35. I my job, I do HVAC, air ducts and stuff. Sometimes you got to get on your knees and crawl into crawl spaces and do things of that nature. Man, the other day, man, I went to go check a condenser. I had to, squat down, like, how a catcher does when he's, in baseball.
That's right.
I was down there for about 30, 40 seconds. When I got back up.
The knees.
Oh, my God.
The knees.
Hey.
People don't believe that, man. It's the reason why athletes retire in their mid-30s. It's the reason.
Yeah. Damn, I felt it then. I was like, man, what's going to happen when I get to 40? Shit.
Trust me. Trust me.
Hey, it's a whole. Hey, listen. So they say the average age for a male is about 72 years. So when you hit that 36, 37 year mark, you already at the top of the hill. You
That's
looking
right.
down. You looking down
You looking
now.
down
You
at
finna
it,
come
yeah.
down. You finna come down.
Yeah. So everything that you starting to feel right now, oh, you right on time, sir.
You right on time. You right on time. Yeah. You right on time, bro.
That's funny.
And it's all right though. That's
Yeah, that's
kind of
life.
life. It's
That's
all
Hey.
life.
right.
As my
That's right,
father
Nick.
said, it's life.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. So I'll be 54 in February. So I'm about a year and a half away from 55. I'll be considered a senior citizen. Do you know how many times in life I laughed at people talking about senior citizen and getting the
Me
discounts
too.
they make McDonald's and stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, I
Me too.
don't even drink coffee, but I
Yeah.
cannot wait for the day I go to McDonald's and say I need a senior citizen discount
Yeah.
on my coffee, please. Yeah.
Yes,
You're gonna pay a whole
I want
76 cents for it. You're
yeah.
damn right.
I want
We're gonna be poured
to
out.
do it one time. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Tony, I've been getting mine, Tony. I ain't telling you no lie, boy. They closing down
See?
mostly all the Hardee's.
Now see,
Before used to
I
say
was
Hardee's
not
stuff.
going I was not going to bring that up, Red, but go ahead.
But Tony,
Enlighten us.
I've been getting mine, man. I've been getting mine. And listen, I'm telling y'all something else too, Tony. They may not realize.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can find you overseas, but AARP will what they gonna give you your 50th birthday celebration, Nick. I'm telling you, you turn 50. If nobody else
for real?
contacts you, yeah, AARP will send you that card. And I don't know whether they
Nah,
link
they
Social
ain't
Security
send me one.
Administration. Yeah, it's probably because you're overseas. You know what I'm saying? But I don't
Yeah.
know if you're linked into the Social Security Administration. They gotta be, because them shits arrive right at your birthday when you turn 50.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. I would love to just sit down, have a beer with Swarm, Tony, and CJ, just to hear the banter between y'all three, because y'all would just have me crying the whole day, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
This
The way y'all be roasting each other be having
this
me
goes
crying.
this goes all the way back to when we were doing two fans in the stands, man.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But
Yeah.
then, Nick, I'm gonna tell you something. I've discovered through the years things about Tony that he and I have certain understandings that even if I were to discuss them, you know what I'm saying? In this space on social media, people, it's so limited, the few people that will understand. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But then when we start to talk about what we experienced in the military, and he made a career of it. I just did 4 years. But still, there's certain basic things that you go through. That's why he and I will trip on certain things, other people. But then we share a Greek bond. You know, he and I both have experienced certain things that even fewer people. And Twan Dunn is another. Damn, my frat brother now he gonna be mad as hell when he hit his playback. Escapes me. Not Mello, but him and Mello always sound similar to me. Man, my Nuke gonna whoop my ass for not remembering his name. But he and I always hit each other in the chat. But Nick, what I'm trying to say to you is there are certain things, even unspoken, that I know I share with Tony. And you know, we kid about the age and being over 50. That's a whole nother one. Because I know when we talk about certain things, I don't even have to say it. Will don't have to say it. Howard don't have to say it. But I know what they done experienced. I know it's getting to the stage where they're probably waking up during the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And even if they feel like it, they say, well, I might as well go and go when I walk past it. You know, you just don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and go. If they haven't hit that yet, it's coming around 55. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming. Yeah,
it's coming.
I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and
you still good
dude from the Lily.
Yeah.
I'm still
You
good.
still they can do for you. Why? I'm gonna leave that one alone with that. With that, I'm gonna let us get back to football. Boy, you done said some old country stuff in the time that I know you, but that's an original one. And you better believe I'm gonna be
God.
passing it along to the other generation. Boy, you better go in there and shake that dude. Man, I'm gonna tell my grandson when I get one. I say, huh, Papa? I like that,
So
Tony. I'm
yeah.
gonna remember that one, boy.
Yeah, no problem. So you right on time, Red. I'm about to kick it on into the halftime. So right now we're gonna talk about Carolina offense against Buffalo defense. All right. So here's the facts first. Buffalo is Carolina's next preseason opponent. The Panthers are still determining which starters will play. Carolina enters this game needing better proof of clean operation, physicality, tackling, and communication, not a preseason score prediction. All right. So the preseason football is not about the final score. It is about whether a team can execute cleanly when an opponent makes the game uncomfortable. Against Buffalo, Carolina needs to show it can handle physical fronts, fit the run correctly, tackle consistently, protect the middle of the field, and recover after a negative play instead of allowing one bad rep to derail an entire drive. All right. So my main debate question, I'm gonna ask you first, Nick. What does Carolina most need to prove against Buffalo for fans to believe this team is becoming more dependable?
Great question. So to start, Canales did say that the starters are going to get about 10 to 20 reps, correct, in this game.
Yeah.
So
He
so
said he's looking to play 10
yeah.
to 20 snaps. Yeah.
Okay, so anywhere between 1 to 3 drives. In those 1 to 3 drives, I think the thing that would be most encouraging for Panther fans, is obviously execution. No missed assignments, no, blocking your correct assignment, crisp route running,
Mhm.
solid hands, um, Bryce commanding the team. I mean, I want to see Bryce really take that, and they're obviously advertising and saying Bryce is taking the next step forward, and he's going to have more control of the offense. So I would like to see some instances where Bryce, audibles at the line, you know, throw some hot routes out there, adjust some routes and things of that nature. I think, but it's also a preseason game, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Right. Okay. Red, what you think? Same question to you, sir.
Yeah, specifically when it comes to, as Nick said, the head coach saying that he's only going to allow the starters a limited amount of plays. And I think that's the right recipe when you have a preseason game with, televised or not, even scrimmages. Well, I know scrimmages are a little different, so let me stay away from that. And you're talking specifically about this one game with the Buffalo Bills. I think finishing the drive for your offense versus Buffalo defense is number one. Um, if you get into a third down situation, of course, you need to see them win because that leads to finishing the drive. But you can finish the drive with one pop pass, one play, boom, in the end zone. I don't think that that's what they're necessarily looking for. They're looking for seeing themselves against an opponent that's not a teammate. So that's what we call real competition. Going out
Right.
there and seeing how they perform in a series of plays. If they do that and they finish the drive, I think not just the coaching staff, but the fans feel good about what they witnessed, and they say, "Okay, get my starters out of there. We don't want to risk no injury. We don't need to see nothing else." They went down the field and they did number 5. They finished the drive. So I think that's probably, when I think about preseason action, that's probably what you want the most.
Okay. I agree. I agree with both of y'all. I do. I agree with both of y'all. So on the screen, on the graphic on the screen, has Carolina offense versus Buffalo defense, and I list 5 things that I feel like Carolina needs to be efficient at, in order to get a good outcome especially from the ones. This is primarily looking at how many reps the ones get against the ones come Saturday. But number one is protect the quarterback. The quarterback being able to identify pressure, handle the movement up front, and keep Bryce clean. Number two, run with purpose. Win first contact, stay on schedule, create manageable downs. Number three, beat disguise coverage, confirm the picture, confirm what you see, take the right answer, and avoid turnovers. Number four, win on third down, communicate protection, separate quickly, and extend drives. And of course, number five is finish the drive, execute in the red zone, avoid penalties, turn possessions into points. All right. So, Red, if
Yes,
I was
sir.
to ask you what would be and you ain't got to rank them in no particular order, or you don't have to take them from any particular order that's on the screen. What would be the top two things that you would need to see um, from Carolina come Saturday against Buffalo
Yeah.
for the offense against the defense? Yeah.
I think up here paramount, since you have so many new pieces on your offensive line, you got to see them protecting Bryce. I mean, you have to see them protecting Bryce. I don't know if damn. Well, I don't know if Buffalo. Have y'all heard whether Buffalo is going to play any of their starters?
I've heard. Well, I haven't heard specifically. I haven't been able to confirm specifically. AJ Brooks did say in the comments that Buffalo is playing their starters. I would be hard pressed to believe that they won't, even though this is
Me
a
too.
preseason game. But
Me
they are
too.
opening their brand new stadium at home in front of their fans.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the fans coming to the new stadium and not seeing Josh Allen and the starters play at least one series.
Yeah.
That's just
And Tony, even more so, they may not have announced it publicly, but I believe that
Right.
Dave Canales and their head coach have discussed it. So for Dave to come out and say,
that could be true.
For Dave to come out and say, I'm gonna play my starters this amount, he's probably already conferred with Buffalo's head coach and said, yeah, let's let our ones test each other. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just think that's kind of how, even if fans don't get this information, this is kind of how those coaches, agree that, hey man, listen, we trying to protect our starters, y'all trying to protect y'all's too. These are veterans. Yeah, we're gonna tackle to the ground, but we trust these starters to not take no cheap shots, because they ain't fighting for necessarily no position. Some of them might be in a position battle. But, DJ Moore, they're locked up. Ted McMillan, he's locked up. The cornerbacks on Buffalo and Carolina are locked up. They don't need to go out there and take no cheap shot just to say, ooh, look what he did. He might make the 53. Right. Nah, so protecting Bryce, whether it's the starting defensive line or secondary, they're going to give each other a good test, the starters. So if you see your new offensive line doing a good job, that's a positive. If they don't do a good job, then that offensive line coach got to go out there and shore that up. Running with purpose. That's up there for me. I would say win on third down is my second too, because y'all, along with us, ranked in the bottom 10 on third down conversions last year. You know what I'm saying?
I think we were worse than you.
No. Y'all were better than we were.
Okay.
Yeah. I think y'all were something like 25, and we were like 28. So yeah.
I'm thinking the defense. The defense was 31st in
right.
Run
right.
down. Yeah. I mean,
actually, we were 30th. We were 30th on third down conversion, and y'all were 25th. So I peaked at that earlier. Yeah. So you want to see that between that and running with purpose, because I'm assuming y'all gonna get a glimpse of Jonathan Brooks in this game.
Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, y'all got a lot riding on him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, Tony. I think that fans ought to be anxious to want to at least see him. I mean, y'all know Chuba. Y'all know what Chuba gonna do. So
Right.
Seeing necessarily Chuba get out there and burn, y'all know what y'all gonna get. I think that fans ought to want to see what JB gonna do. So I'm gonna say protect Bryce and run with purpose. I'm gonna list those as my two, Tony, and let Nick have it, man.
Okay, Nick, what you got, Nick? What would be your top two?
Top two. Protect the quarterback for sure and win on third down.
And win on third down.
Yeah.
Okay, he was quick with his. Damn.
We could be if we could be efficient on third down, that would be that would be.
Showed me the fuck up, Tony. He just showed me the fuck up.
Nah, hey, Swarm, when you're so eloquently stating your soliloquy, I can just go off you. You know what I'm saying? And I got plenty of time to register. You know what I'm saying? What I want to say.
You too kind, Nick.
One hand wash the other, sir. One hand wash the other.
Thank you, Nick. You too
One hand wash
kind,
the
Nick.
other.
I appreciate that, Nick.
But I was doing some research, gentlemen. I can't see anything about the Bills' offense, but Jim Leonard, the Bills' defensive coordinator, did say that their defense will start. Their first team defense will start in the preseason game. So
okay, I thought I saw that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see anything about the offense though, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I'm like I said, I'm just going to assume if the defense is going to play they starters, then the offense is going to play they starters.
Yeah.
I have heard people say that Josh Allen is banged up. I haven't heard that on NFL Network or ESPN. I haven't, and I'm watching it every day. I haven't heard anybody say.
Me too. They
Josh
had him on
Allen
the
is
NFL
banged
Network
up.
because he sat down with Kyle Brandt yesterday, and he didn't say that. So I don't know.
Right. So hopefully we get exactly what fans are looking for Saturday, the ones versus the ones, and let's see how smooth this operation is between the offense coordinator and the offense coordinator and the quarterback, and then how it translates from the quarterback to the rest of the offense. That's something that Brad Isaac said that he's been focused on since day one of this training camp. So that we gotta see it come to life. We gotta see it come to life. Doing it in preseason is one thing. I mean, doing it in training camp is one thing, but when it's live action, that's another. So that's what I definitely want to see. Hold on. T. Thompson said, I choose 4 win on third down and 5 finish the drive. Our biggest impediments on offense are 4 and 5 in his opinion. All right, T. Thompson. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. What do y'all think about 5? Finish the drive. Nick, what you think about 5? Finish the drive.
For I mean, in regards to this game, I'd love to see. I mean, obviously, right? You got to be able to finish. There's no point in starting it if you ain't gonna finish it. But I mean, absolutely, right? You have to finish the drive. There's what other way to put it? You know what I'm saying? If you don't finish the drive, then
well, the same thing I asked Howard earlier when he was like, I want to see us go down the field and score a touchdown, and I agree with him. That, that's all well and good, but say Carolina is moving the ball, the operation does look good. All these things that we've talked about, and then they get in field goal range, and for whatever reason, instead of getting 6, they just get 3. Would you still consider that to be a successful drive?
not as successful, but points are points, right? That's the way I look at it, right, Tony?
Points are points. No,
Exactly.
you're right. Points are points.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
some points are better than no points.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I had said that earlier about finishing the drive, so I agree with him. I didn't list that as those as my two, Tony, when you asked this question, but I had given them as my first answer, and I so then I would agree with T. Thompson. I feel like actually to me, finishing the drive, especially in limited action, that that they're gonna give the starters. And so yeah, that's number one. Hey man, Omar Tillman. Let me go back, man. I had a brain cramp this morning. I ain't the coffee ain't kicked in yet. That's my frat, brother, man. So don't be
Omar.
mad with me, Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be mad with me, Luke, man. Spare brother out,
Hey,
man, on the shield.
so Eternal said we was trash in the red zone. So if we just field goals, what happens in red zone? In real zone we see the same shit as last year. So Eternal is always gonna be to the extreme. So
Eternally.
this is
yeah.
eternally eternal. So what I would say, Eternal, is they're not playing the whole game. Now, I don't think they're gonna play enough to give you a 100% clear picture as what to expect come game one. Just like anything, they always say you have to crawl before you walk. So we would just want to see what the crawl looks like before we start walking. So I don't think if they drive down the field and settle for 3 points, that means something negative or we in trouble or anything like that. It's one drive, dog. Yeah, hey, calm down, my guy. I know you got high expectations, but good Lord, this is just the first
Eternal ain't coming
preseason
off of
game.
that.
Yeah, I know he ain't. I know he ain't. And I know I'm probably just wasting breath, but I just feel like I need to say that. You know what I'm saying? Talk about bring the king back. He scored on his one drive.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
Queen City found her king. All right, Eternal.
That's cold.
I got you.
Oh, brother.
That's cold.
Yeah.
Eternal.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Zip said
I
Zip
like Zip's
said
comment.
we have to elevate this passing game this year. We have been able to run the ball effectively for a pass game that's not as good as we want to see. Imagine if our pass game was more dangerous. So number 3, in his opinion, best disguise coverage. Okay, confirm the picture, take the right answer, and avoid the turnovers. I can agree with you. I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind that. And like Candy Girl said, remember to support the channel by hitting the like button, chat. So if you haven't hit the like button as of yet, hit that like button. Don't cost you nothing, no money or time. Just hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. It does wonders to help me get seen by the algorithm. So the video can be seen by more and more Panther fans. Candy Girls also said, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you haven't subscribed to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, I would greatly appreciate it. I know majority of the people are watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, open up another browser. Go to youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk. That is at UO Sports Talk. I will show the information again right here on the screen. Again, youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk. All right. So I will leave that there for a minute. And
Hey, can I say hello or good morning to Candy Girl, the queen? Yeah, man. She
of course.
she is tireless in being a mod and supporting and listen, even as a enemy, supporting the opposing team. Y'all's probably most hated rival. I think that's what I've experienced. I know Saints fans are coming up. They're sort of getting into it. Tampa is Tampa. I don't fully understand the Buccaneers, nor do I care to. But I know we have a heated 95 South just up and down the road from each other between Atlanta and Carolina. So I can pay homage and tribute to Candy Girl, man. She supports all of y'all.
Absolutely.
She's everywhere, man. And I haven't been as active online and here lately, Candy Girl. But hey, man, I had a smile on my face to see you still doing what you do for the pods, man. So shout out to the queen.
Yeah. That is one of the main reasons why she has a wrench, because I have witnessed her dedication and her support on other channels, and I always wish I had support like that. I let her know that. She said, "Hey, it'll come in due time." So when the time came,
yes, sir.
Here we are. So now she shows love to the chat and to the channel each and every day. So I know I greatly appreciate it. I know everybody else who she supports also greatly appreciate it, because I haven't seen anyone support the Panther content community like Candy Girl. So big shout out to Candy J Girl 803 for the love and support that not only does she give me each and every morning, but all the other Panther content creators that she showed love and support to. So shout out to you, Queen. Yeah. So let's get back into it real quick. So the next question is, and this is I guess this is pretty much for the defense. Red, you can go first on this one. Do you think the secondary can stay connected when Buffalo stresses spacing and play action?
Secondary stay connected when Buffalo stresses play action and yeah.
Spacing and play action, because becomes important, especially when Josh Allen breaks the pocket and starts running or scrambling.
Okay, so you got to have that discipline.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, because Tony, I mean, all of us haven't played them last year. That's, if you ask me, and I'm glad you went back and clarified that for me. That's what you want your defense to stay disciplined and look for. That's the key, actually, to Josh Allen, if you ask me. He's an MVP and he does it all, but that's the real danger with them, is when he gets out of that pocket, man, escapes that pocket and gets to running. Your defense got to do whatever they got to do. And if you lose contain, by coming up too quickly and before he's down the field or across that line of scrimmage, you got problems, because he got a cannon over there on the right side of his body, man. So, yeah, Tony, I done ran my mouth and kind of missed the crux of what your question was. But yeah, it's gonna be real key for your secondary to maintain their spacing and their discipline at all times going against him, man. Hey, Tony, I'm gonna mute up real quick, man. I got to talk to my wife real quick before she head out the door. But I'm here. I ain't going nowhere, man. Yeah. But I'm just gonna mute up real quick, fellas.
All right, no problem. Nick, what you got, Nick?
I mean, obviously with Josh Allen,
hold on.
Yes, sir.
Well, one second before, I didn't mean to cut you off. 1 second before you answer that question. Relaxed AKN 7850 said, Red, you low key the great Panther unification point. And laughing my ass off. And I'm a Cowboys fan. Love that guy Red. Love the guy Red. Hey, relax. It's crazy that you mentioned that. I lost a bet recently to my wife. I'm not gonna talk about what the bet was. I'm not a sore loser. But I lost the bet. So my wife is a Cowboys fan. I'm married to a Cowboy family. So me having to do what I have to do is this football season, I'm gonna have to talk about the Cowboys. That was the bet that I have to pay. So yes, going forward, the Panthers will always be the primary content. When I start off and when I end the show, but my halftime is gonna be talking about college football and other NFL teams around the league. So that's how I have it broken down. The first half is going to be about Carolina. Second, the halftime report is going to be about whatever's going on in college football or the other 31 teams. And then the second half, I'm going to bring it back to the Panthers. So yeah, I lost that bet. So here we are. All right, but go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just gonna say you can't really. There's no defense or preparation on how to defend Josh Allen when he gets out the pocket. You just gotta kind of hope he does some dumb shit and turns it over. But as far as the Carolina offense versus Buffalo defense, I mean, I'm just. I know this may sound repetitive, but I really want to see Bryce really take control of the offense in this game. I know it'll be limited, but at least maybe a play or two where I see him, completely change the play, or they come out the snap and he's dissecting the defense and he starts communicating with his O line and his receivers. Hey, he's killing the play and he's
Yeah.
going to something else. I just want to see little stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So which Panther most needs a strong showing against Buffalo to strengthen their role, Nick?
Jimmy Horn. I mean, Coker and Tet and XL are pretty much solidified. I mean, I'd love.
Just give me one or two. Don't be
Okay.
trying to run down the gauntlet.
No. I'm trying to separate them. So the top three are
But Jimmy
solidified.
Horn is a good one.
I would say Jimmy
Jimmy Horn's a good
Horn,
one.
Mitchell Evans, Jonathan Brooks. That's probably it.
Okay. All right. What do you want to see from each one of those players? Let's start with Jimmy Horn.
I want to see him win early at the line of scrimmage. I want to see him, create some yards after the catch like he did in the Hall of Fame
Right.
game.
Right.
I want to see Mitchell Evans take advantage of some linebacker if he has a linebacker on him. I want to see who was the other person I said? Jimmy Horn.
You said Mitchell Evans, Jimmy Horn, and Jonathan Brooks.
Jonathan Brooks, we all know how I feel about Jonathan Brooks. I wish Howie was still here.
Okay. Go ahead, talk about it.
I think he's going to end up being, obviously this is high hopes, but I really think he's going to end up being our offensive MVP this year.
Offensive MVP?
Yep.
Over Tet?
Yep.
Over Bryce?
Yep.
And he's not even a starting running back right now?
Not yet. He will be.
Wow.
He will be.
So what makes you feel so confident in that?
Just the ability. I mean, the ability's there. It's just he has to stay healthy, right? And I think if he does stay healthy, he's going to provide a super dynamic part to this game that's going to unlock.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, what you and Rashad got going on, man?
Hey man, you already know what it is, Tony. You know what it is. Niggas always talking that, that chain that you and CJ made me wear, man. So it is what it is, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rashad mad because I've been on his ass the last 3 days, Tony. I've been on his ass. So he mad.
Oh,
man.
for real?
Yeah.
Let me find out.
Running. Oh, he running, Tony. He running. The Swarm been putting it on. Yeah, the Swarm been putting it. Oh, he been in the Swarm. Let's put it like that. Yeah. Watch him try to get
so okay. So y'all must have been in another channel.
Well, it started over here.
Going at.
No. It started over here with you. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he started, and I didn't bring it up on the other show. He started talking shit, because it was still in his, it was still under his skin. See, it was still under his skin. He thought he was finna get some get back, and Tony, I went deeper into it, boy. Boy, look at him.
He wasn't ready, huh?
He left the shoulder.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dang,
of course he gonna
Rashad.
say. Of course he gonna pull up and say it was his Obama phone. You know that. You know how they do that, don't you, Tony? You know how they do that. Yeah. Oh no, Red. No. My connection, my phone. Yeah. Oh, you had time to go get that other phone. You got two phones. You know you do. Yeah. But I'm gonna let it alone, Tony. I'm gonna let Rashad alone, man. He running though, Tony.
Damn, Rashad.
Cause he normally hit your link. Tell the truth. And the truth, tell the truth, shame the devil. Yeah.
Yeah, he normally be the first one to hit the link in the morning. Yeah.
It's all good though.
Relax. Say you flaming him up, huh?
Yeah, relax, boy. What you say? He don't want this dirty bird to fly over his head because I dropped some droppings on his head. Yeah. That's my boy though, man. All jokes aside, me and Rashad is cool with each other. That's my boy. I got big respect for Rashad, man.
Whoa, wow. All right. So listen, we're almost 2 hours in. We're almost 2 hours in yet, and having nobody show love to the channel. I would greatly appreciate if you show a little love to the channel. Buy me a coffee or a muffin or something this morning. The QR code is on the top right on the screen. Support the show, man. If you have been enjoying the content, enjoying the conversation, the energy, the vibe that Morning Kickoff brings to you, or brought to you this morning, support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, in the YouTube chat is a pinned comment at the top. Now, if you are watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, it may not show up over there, but you can send a super chat if you would like to do that. I would greatly appreciate that. But the link is to my PayPal, and if you do, when you do send the donation, let me know in the chat that you did it so I can properly shout you out. I'll greatly appreciate that as well. Okay. There my boy Tip Drill Will said, wish me as a young gun could join y'all senior citizens. Now let me fuck Now see, me and Will the same age, but he is technically older than me. Because I know he just had a birthday. I think he just turned 54. So yeah, yes, sir. You
I know damn well Will didn't say that. I know damn well Will Graybeard Robinson did not just say that. Tony, so you telling me Will in the room next to mine? It ain't you, it's Will?
Yeah. I'm so hold up. First, let's just clarify. Nobody's close to you,
Will. You ain't got to mention what damn, Tony. Boy.
No, nobody's not close to you. Me and we're a little further towards the end of the hall. Now we're not the last room. We know we 2 or 3 rooms up.
Okay.
But no. You down there by yourself, Red. You down there by yourself.
So y'all actually down the hall. I'm right across the hall from the down elevator. I got to listen to people closing and opening that door all night long. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we put you there because it helps you get to and from the elevator quicker, because you'll be on the elevator real soon. You know what I'm saying? So when you get on the 6th floor, you'll be back down towards the end of the hall.
Put me on the 6th floor. Yeah.
Hey,
I told her I can't deny it. I mean, I'm thankful for it, but that damn noise from that elevator, I'm calling the front desk all night. I hope they know that. Look at Will. Look at Will. You'll be there soon enough, Brady.
He said Red is at the elevator bank. Elevate bank. Dog.
Yes, sir. Hey, relax.
Appreciate that $5 super chat, Will. I appreciate it, my guy. Hey, tap in when you get a chance. All right, tap in if you get a chance. But yeah, you guys, I greatly appreciate it. Show love. Now I'm $20 away from my daily goal of $25. That's my daily goal. $25. I'll greatly appreciate it. Not trying to pay rent or a car note. Just a little $25. So, like I said, buy our brother some tea, some coffee, some pastry, something. I greatly appreciate it. So we're gonna go ahead and transition into my last segment of the day. So if Buffalo tells us whether Carolina can operate under pressure, the depth chart tells us who the staff believes can handle that pressure. So Nick, this is what you've been waiting on right here. So we're gonna get into it. All right. So here's the facts first. Devin Lloyd was recently voted number 27 on the NFL Top 100 by players around the league. Carolina's current unofficial depth chart places Tedero McMillan, Jalen Coker, and Xavier Legette atop the three primary receiver lines. The depth behind that receiver group includes Bryson Tremaine, David Moore, Jimmy Horn Jr., John Mechie III, Jocelyn Reed, and Casey Washington. The chart also provides a public look at Carolina's current offensive and defensive structure, but is not a final 53-man roster or final game day rotation. All right. So Lloyd's role as a defensive leader matters beyond production because the green dot linebacker must organize calls, alignment, run fits, and coverage communication. Lloyd's ranking validates the individual player, but Carolina needs his impact to become organizational. A linebacker wearing the green dot has to connect the front, coverage calls, run fits, as I just mentioned, and situational communication. On defense, the receiver order on offense, the receiver order matters less than role clarity. Bryce needs dependable answers. An X receiver, a Z receiver, a slot option, a vertical threat, a chain mover, and receivers willing to block when the play calls for it. The depth chart gives us a starting point to ask whether those roles are truly defined. So, Nick, we can go over the depth chart that we see right here on the screen. Of course, Bryce is the starting quarterback. Chuba right now is RB1. For the wide receivers, they are in order from left to right. So you got Tedero McMillan, Jalen Coker, and Xavier Legette as your starters. And right now, behind them, Bryson Tremaine, David Moore, and Jimmy Horn Jr. will be your two deep rotation. Justine Reed, Casey Washington, and John Mechie is the three deep, and then you have Rock Taylor as well. Those things are subject to change. I can't remember what the order was when a depth chart came out last week, but this is what it showed when it came out this week. Tommy Trimmer is tight end 1 with Mitchell Evans, Jatavion Sanders, and James Mitchell. And the O line, you got Monroe Freeling, Rasheed Walker, Damian Lewis, Luke Fortner, and Robert Hunt. All right. Then you got Forsythe, Zavala, Heck, and Christensen behind them. So Nick, when you look at this offensive unofficial depth chart, what stands out to you? Do the starters give you a reason to be excited about this depth chart?
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is the question I had, Tone. Because online
Okay.
on Twitter, everyone's saying Jimmy Horn is wide receiver 4 right now. So does that mean David Moore is wide receiver 5 and Tremaine is wide receiver 6? Is that how that goes?
Well, I don't know because
Okay.
I don't know what the order. I don't know what the order, and I
How
haven't
it
heard
goes.
anyone
Okay.
say what the order will be behind the top three. We know
Yeah.
who the
Okay.
starters are,
Yeah.
but who's 4 through 7? I have no idea. I think there's a
Gotcha.
lot of speculation. Hell, even I can speculate or have speculated.
Yeah.
Um, but I haven't seen anything concrete that's saying 4, 5, 6, and 7 is this
Mhm.
person or that person. Yeah.
Got you. Got you. But to answer your question, I mean, super optimistic. I mean, if we're going off Bryce's career, he's gotten better every year. He's progressed every year. So If he takes that next leap this year with a healthy Jonathan Brooks, with a legit wide receiver in Tedero and McMillan, God willingly, Coker stays healthy, we should be all right. We should absolutely be all right. I'm eager to see how Walker, because my brother is a Packers fan. He gave me some insight about Rasheed Walker. He was like, he doesn't expect he's going to be stout in pass protection. He does have some holes in the run game, but that's a unit thing, So if we're all working in unison and Rasheed's getting that help on, when needed, I think we're going to be a very, very high-powered running attack this year, efficient running attack this year.
Right.
Um,
So
I think if yep,
go ahead.
my fault. No, you good, you good.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I genuinely believe it's like the two guys from the 2024 class may be the X factor for us this year: Xavier Legette and Jonathan Brooks on the offense. We know what we got in Tet. We know what Coker is when he's healthy. If Legette can make that next leap and be a productive wide receiver consistently, it's going to open up a lot for this offense. Like I genuinely believe it. I think Brooks and Legette will be our X factors for the offense this year.
Okay. Well, hold on. SC, I hate you, but I'm about to check it.
New depth chart out.
Hey,
You know you Bruce Leroy.
Another new depth chart out?
Yeah. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that love, SC, Mr. Wife, for the PayPal gift. I greatly appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, we got about 100 nicknames for each other.
Yeah, y'all be killing me, man.
But it goes further. It goes beyond that. We be on WhatsApp going at it. Every time we say something, agree to each other on WhatsApp, it's a whole new nickname. So yeah. But appreciate that love, SC. I definitely appreciate that. Appreciate that love. Now, is this in Thai baht or just American dollars? You know how y'all do over there in Thailand.
Damn,
I want to know if this Thai baht or you. let me leave SC alone. Let me. But hey, Nick, but before I go to rest, well, Nick, let me ask you one more question. Given the injuries that we have had thus far on the offensive line, and I believe that Damon Lewis and Robert Hunt will be ready week 1, and Luke Fortner looks like he's going to be the starting center. How confident in you with Rasheed Walker and Monroe Freeling playing the tackle positions?
Obviously Monroe's a rookie. He may have some growing pains. That's gonna be and he is gonna face some stout edge rushers as a rookie. So I tend to just have faith in the coaches. Joe Gilbert is the one who went crazy for Monroe Freeling. So I have faith in Joe Gilbert that he'll have Monroe ready if Taylor isn't ready. I mean, I did see yesterday that Taylor was doing some light workout drills, which is a positive sign.
Oh, Taylor Moton.
Yeah, yesterday Sheena tweeted that he was doing some light work yesterday, so that's a good sign.
Okay.
But even regardless, I think Monroe will be ready by week 1. He's had some reps with Jalen. He's going against Jalen Phillips in practice, so he's going to get ready. He's going against a dog. We've seen some reps. Jalen Phillips beat him, but then we also saw some reps with the rookie one. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm confident in them. Not super confident. I'd be lying if I was like, "Oh, I'm super confident." But I got confidence in it. Like I said, what my brother's saying about Rasheed Walker, he's stout in pass protection, man. This is a guy as a rookie 7th rounder. They were trusting him in a playoff game 1-on-1 with Nick Bosa, and he was holding his own. So this guy is a pretty good pass protector. We got a good one in free agency, a steal, to be honest.
Yeah, when you look at the money that we gave him,
It's
as
a steal.
opposed to what I guess what was out there that he could possibly get at the beginning of free agency.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said, Nick. Is definitely a steal. I know people want to bring up about the gun charges that he had, at the airport in New York. I don't think that affected whether he was gonna make 20 million to only get
Yeah,
4
nah.
million guaranteed.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I don't think it was just solely that.
Yeah.
Red, in
Yeah.
your unbiased opinion, when you look at this depth chart of the Carolina Panthers as it sits right now, unofficial depth chart, what does it look to you? What does it say to you?
To me, it looks like the same offense y'all had last year, to be frank. Other than the 3 new pieces on the line. I think that's critical.
Mhm.
But I think that looking at this lineup, you say, what is different? The only thing that I would say that's different is who's calling your plays. So that's,
Okay.
in essence, an experimentation. If it goes well, your offense will be more productive this year. If it doesn't go well, then the guy calling the plays will be the blame if it doesn't look as good as it looked last year, because looking at this lineup, it is the same lineup. Bryce Young, Chuba Hubbard, Tetaroa, Jalen Coker, Xavier Legette, those are all the same pieces. The tight end, I'm assuming Trimble was y'all started last year. That's the same.
Yeah, I
Maybe
believe so. I think
Jatavion. Yeah.
I think it was like Trimble and Jatavion. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's back there. I guess what I'm saying is you don't have any new pieces even in the tight end room. Even when you go to your depth receivers, Tremaine, David Moore, and Jimmy Horn, they're brought back from last year. So
Right.
I don't see any difference other than a rookie tackle, Fortner, and Walker that y'all were just talking about. Now, I know y'all have had a lot of discussion about those tackle positions, but my take is that 60% of your offensive line is new. It's going to be curious to see how quickly they gel and how well they protect Bryce Young. This could be a rough start to the season for the Panthers. But hey, that's what I view when I look at this lineup.
Got you. You're right when it comes to the offensive line. 60% of our offensive line is new. Zip said, "Do y'all think Walker is better than Icky?" I have no idea because I never really paid any attention to Rasheed Walker. I haven't gone back and looked at tape when he played in Green Bay. I just know what everybody has said. So I don't know. For me, that would be to be determined. Nick, what you think about it? You think Rasheed Walker is better than Icky?
As a pass blocker, yes. As a run blocker, no. So right, it's like the scales. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's hard for me to determine right now. We're gonna have to see it play out for me to make that determine.
Okay. All right.
It's hard for me to say right now. Yeah.
I know what the PFF grades. I've seen the PFF grades. The PFF grades. I don't pay attention or take stock in their grading system.
I don't either, Tony.
Yeah,
I know they get a lot of respect, but partly, Tony, I ain't gonna lie, it's because I don't see it as being consistent enough that you can just go to it and plug in the variables that they say and say, okay, I can see where this comes from. They don't explain enough, and I have their premium package. They don't explain enough, and I know you do too. They don't explain enough how they arrive at their
Well,
rankings.
I don't have a PFF account. Period. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Damn, you
don't have
really
one
don't
of
give
those
a
accounts.
shit for them. You really don't give a shit for
No,
them.
yeah, because I
agree.
mean,
Yeah.
when you put out information that is based on an algorithm, and Red, you know just as well as I do,
Yes.
the way algorithms are designed and set up is based on whatever formula it is that you put into said algorithm. Well,
That's right.
the outcome can be totally different from what somebody else's algorithm says. You know what I'm saying? Like that it, I don't put stock in that. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me that what I will say I do pay attention to, or I have paid attention to for PFF, especially during college football season, when they say a player has played 500 snaps at left tackle and only 50 snaps at right tackle. Like those are actually snap counts. You know what I'm saying? That you could easily, you know, come up with the total of and put it down. But all this analytics and algorithm stuff, I don't put a whole lot of stock in this probabilities and things like that, because that doesn't give you a definitive answer of what you're looking for. You know, to me, it doesn't really prove anything. It's just another tool, like it always been. It will always be just another tool that you can use to help you come to a informed decision. It's not the end all be all. Some people try to treat it like it's the end all be all, and it's not. That's just my opinion.
And I throw PFF around a lot, Tony. I'm going to go on and just stand on that. But I completely agree with you. Is that one of the reasons why, if a person wants to back me down real quickly, and I probably shouldn't admit this on here, but I don't have a problem being transparent, is I think they're highly regarded, well, without a question. And, people use them, like you said, as a tool. But I'll tell anybody, if they challenge me on, well, how did PFF arrive at that, Swarm? I ain't going to be able to answer that question. And that's why I have a problem with them. Tony, I'm like this. I grew up with that old adage in the military: trust but verify. So
trust but verify. Exactly.
I can trust what PFF says. That's just based on my feelings. I can trust it, but I can't verify it because they don't tell you how they arrive at their analyses. So I take it with a grain of salt, I think is what you're saying, and I have to agree with you, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So what about how do you feel, Nick, about Jonathan Brooks already being looks like he's already being penciled in as number 2 on the depth chart? And before you answer that, let me bring up Freddie, aka the Ville Kid Show. What's going on, young Freddie?
Good morning. Hey, before we get started, hey Tony, check your PayPal.
Ville Kid, shout out to Ville Kid.
Yes, sir.
I like when people tell me check the PayPal.
Yes, sir.
I like to hear that.
Like that. Hell to the yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead. Freddie, what's on your mind?
Well,
And
I was just like,
thank you for that PayPal gift. I appreciate that, my guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it.
I would like to say good morning, OG Vets, and good morning, Nick, as well. And I would also like to say this is a good topic for today, Tony. Breaking down the depth chart. We were just talking about this. Shout out to you. In the way that you do your show, man. For real. Calm, cool,
So
collected.
Freddie, what you think about the when you look at this depth chart, how do you feel about the projected starters?
I feel good about
chart.
I feel good about the continuity on the projected starters, other than the offensive line, as Red pointed out. But I think the
but I think the veteran presence of the offensive line, I don't think it skip a beat. I don't think it skips a beat based off of the coaching that those guys get as well, and how the coach has got them boys ready to go each and every season, no matter the combination. So I don't think it matters when it comes to the offensive line, although that I know that we have dealt with not a lot of chemistry on there because we've dealt with a lot of injuries on the offensive line,
Yeah.
especially a season ago. But the O-line coach has done an excellent job. Joe Gilbert has done a masterful job of getting those boys ready to go, no matter the circumstances. No matter the
You know what?
circumstances.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. We know when you look at all the injuries that this team has faced on the offensive line since him and Harold Goodwin have been there.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have done a damn good job with the plug and play or the next man mentality when it comes to the offensive line. Because since they've been there a year, the first 2 years they've been there, the sack totals have gone down each year from 32 to last year was 27.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say they are doing a really good job when it comes to keeping that O line prepared and ready to go. But real quick, shout out to BY's 804 VA for the 499 super chat. He said, "Good morning, panel, and everyone in the chat." Hey, good morning to you, BY's.
Good
Thank you for
morning.
tapping in.
Want to be
Make
wise.
sure you hit that like button, and definitely thank you for the super chat, my brother. Thank you for always supporting the show. I greatly appreciate that. In the words of 2020, don't let him be the only one, chat. Don't let him be by himself. Don't let him and Will Robinson be the only two people with the super chats. And shout out Howard Simmons, Howie, for the 10 jewels. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I greatly appreciate that as well. But go ahead, Freddie. What you were saying?
No. I'm saying that the depth chart is I'm saying that the depth chart, the continuity on wide receiver. I think Coker staying healthy. I think Coker staying healthy is big, and I think that alone would make Bryce better. I know we talked about this a lot. I think the return of Jonathan Brooks could be major for this offense on what he could bring for this offense. I mentioned this before. I'll
Right.
say it again. I think he is the X factor to this offense, and I will stand on that until proven otherwise. I will stand on that, and I've stood on that. He is the X factor to this offense, no doubt, no question.
Okay. So Freddie, I'll come right back to you with this question. Um is Jimmy Horn Jr.'s placement more about receiver role, return value, or personnel package usage?
I would say personnel package usage on the way that you can use him. I think I think
Okay.
using him as a more shifty down the field threat is and stretching the field is more package based than I do more wide receiver based. Now he can do the other things, but I think more package based is more for Jimmy Horn, just who he is as a player and his style
Okay.
of player.
So do you think that well, I'll come back to that. Uh Nick, same question to you. Is Jimmy Horn Jr. placement more about the receiver role, the return value, or personnel package usage?
I think Nick actually typed to you in the chat, Tony. He had to step away. He had to do
Oh,
something. He
he
had to get his
did?
morning tea.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right. Red Swan, what you got?
Hit me with that question again, man. I was typing something there for Jeff Locklear, man. I apologize.
Oh, okay. It's
I
is
apologize,
Jimmy
man.
is Jimmy Horn Jr.'s placement more about receiver role, return value, or personnel package usage?
I think that. Let me see. Let me look at y'all's. lineup. Jalen Coker, Xavier Leggett. I actually think he should be higher if they're well. He's a backup to Leggett. I see how you look. You go down the line there. I think it's personnel packaging. I think that what he offers is a wrinkle to what your other larger, wider catch radius receivers give you. He does have that elusiveness that once he gets the ball in his hands, look out. He can make something happen with his speed and with his twitchiness. But so I think it's to give the coaches some wrinkles in their packaging. I think that's the value of a Jimmy Horn.
Okay. All right. I like that the young man took it upon himself to gain more weight, more muscle mass, get bigger, however you want to say it. He's looking to focus more on the return game, special teams this year, not just wide receiver. He showed me something that I have been looking for from him is that he's able to break tackles. You know what I'm saying? That's something that while he was at Colorado, even in his first year last year, that he was known not to be able to do. And the way he split those two defenders, kept his balance and still picked up another 4 or 5 yards before going down, showed me that, okay, what he has been working on is paying dividends in a game like situation. So I have paying attention to what the Panthers put out when it comes to his practice tape and things like that. Hey, listen, he definitely like he's getting a little bit better. Definitely got bigger, definitely got stronger. So I just hope it translate to on the field. I hope he can be that dynamic kick returner or punt returner that a lot of people see in him. You know what I'm saying? I hope he can become that and make the team. So it looks like he's well on his way, but we got 3 more preseasons to for him to solidify that spot. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask this question. Red, I'm gonna ask you this. You go first on this one, Red.
Talk to me. Shit. That coffee kicking in, Greek. That coffee kicking in.
Listen, I don't like the level of excitement that you had just now when I ain't even
coffee
asked the damn
kicking
question
in,
yet.
Greek. That's what it's
Hilarious.
That coffee kicking in, Greek.
Hey,
Hilarious.
does Lloyd number 27 ranking prove Carolina finally has the defensive centerpiece it has been missing?
Hell
that's
yeah.
a loaded question.
I'm gonna let it on. Hey, look, I'm gonna pull one of the Knicks on you. I'm gonna say this shit and let y'all glaze him. But the glaze is well warranted. Yes. How about that for an answer? For long-winded old ass Red Swan. Yes.
That
Oh god.
that's all you got?
That's all I got, Greek. Yes.
So actually, I'm
Freddie.
gonna sit a red and I'm gonna articulate this point.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna articulate this point. Okay.
Hold on, Freddie. Hold on.
You get content right now.
Oh god.
Watch this shit, Freddie.
Go ahead, Freddie.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So for me, when it comes to Devin Lloyd, I think his value in both the man coverage and zone coverage as a coverage linebacker pays major dividends for this defense specifically. So I would say absolutely he is the centerpiece that we have been missing. And his ability to always know where the football is, use his instincts to his advantage, and his experience to his advantage would also pay dividends with the linebacker room in its totality, which is still young. So for them learning under the wing of a pro, of a linebacker of the caliber of Devin Lloyd would also pay dividends to our linebacker room as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Greg, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You done
y'all.
built up a soliloquy now. What you
Yeah,
got?
y'all got you one, man. Y'all got you
Holy
one.
shit.
I'm gonna just tell you straight up. I know Will was singing his praises, and
I was
the
too.
minute that I saw that damn shit all over ESPN, I said, "Damn it!" I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I said, "Damn it!" And I thought about Will, old ass, room not too far from mine. I said, "Man, he gonna be talking." Now Will already talk shit. It don't matter anyway. He gonna talk shit, you know.
Right.
But boy, when y'all landed that boy right there, I said, "Oh my God, I got to listen to
A
this
Red,
shit
but you know
all
what's so
season."
funny? A Red, but you know what's so funny? For hours during free agency, we were screaming Devin Lloyd. I mean, we were screaming Devin Lloyd from like 2:30 in the afternoon to like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, I
We
know,
were
but Freddie,
like,
I'm
we were
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. It's not to put nobody else, in perspective. I'm just talking about Will. Will is the type of person, he will go, and Nick Tri-State too. I'm gonna tell you, they will go and look at who's on a team, what that team's financial positioning is, and they'll make a determination the year before. See, Will was saying this shit last year. They ain't gonna have money to keep him. They gonna have to let him walk. So Will was saying that shit, and I'm not trying to rank nobody, but as far as my memory will go, and y'all know I write a lot of shit down because of my age. Will was the first one screaming that he wanted y'all to go out and get Devin Lloyd, and I'm gonna give him his propers on that. So he came to my mind shortly after I saw the news that y'all had landed him.
I'm definitely not shitting on Will.
I thought it was going to be a big bidding war for him, but it looks like he didn't even want that. He took the money that was offered by Carolina for whatever reasons, and I haven't heard him say, but for whatever reasons, I can assume he wanted to come to Carolina. So y'all got him, and that's a big piece, Tony. That's all the glazing I can do. Now, fuck it now. Let's move on.
So Freddie, let me ask you this. How do you feel about the number 27 ranking? Do you think it was too high, too low, or right where he should be?
Well, I'm okay with him at 27. I think him in the top 30, I'm okay with. I think it was warranted for his level of production and what he brought to Jacksonville and the impact that he brought to that defense. And I'm praying and hoping that he brings it to our defense, which I believe that he will bring that type of energy and that type of X factor and that type of playmaking ability to our defense, which is something we've been missing for so long. So I say it's warranted.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I think this is the first time we probably spent a good amount of money on a high caliber player that was, how can I say this? He was already established. Like Frankie Louvu, when we got him, wasn't established. You know what I'm saying? He became established once we got him from the Jets and got him to Carolina. In those few years that he played with us, he really got an opportunity to establish himself. I mean, we talking about getting a linebacker that was a second team All Pro, made the Pro Bowl, led the league in interceptions for a linebacker, and is 27th in the top 100 poll that is voted on by his peers. So I think it says a lot. I know some Jacksonville fans have come out and said, "Oh, we didn't give him his 5th-year option because he don't tackle as well," but that don't line up with his second team All Pro or making the Pro Bowl, that he doesn't tackle well or he doesn't stop the run well. Like, that don't line up. But on the other hand, I heard that Jacksonville didn't have the money to pay him, but I also heard that they chose to pay another linebacker and chose not to pay him. So I don't know which is true, right? And at this point, I could really care less. The bottom line is, you know what I'm saying? he was available. We got him, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
I mean,
Nick
one thing I
Tri-State,
can't.
welcome back.
Oh, my fault, Tony.
Oh no, go ahead, Freddie. What you
One thing
got?
I will say when it came to Devin Lloyd, I will say that he had a great duo in Foyesade Aluakon. I know Red knows a lot about Foyesade Aluakon.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yale University, Connecticut. I watched him in
whenever
college. My fault.
whenever
Hold on, Nick. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Freddie.
whenever Foyesade Aluakon, and Foyesade Aluakon was the tackle machine in Jacksonville. Like he was constantly getting over 140 tackles. Devin Lloyd was his more so the second, but Devin Lloyd always flashed. He just was overshadowed a little more by Foyesade because of all the tackles that he was getting. So maybe that's what Jacksonville is saying. But always, Devin Lloyd was always one of the best coverage linebackers in football. He just broke out last season with those 5 interceptions and those different things. But you got to see what he does. But he always was a great linebacker. He just was overshadowed by Foyesade Aluakun. That's why they had one of the best linebacker duos in football.
Okay.
Underrated as hell is Foyesade Aluakun, just to let you guys know. Between him and
Okay.
Devin Lloyd. Just a little background on that whole sense. So I could see why Jacksonville's fans kind of say that, but I think we got us one in Devin Lloyd. I think he was always good there in Jacksonville.
I didn't realize till like 2 days ago, Jacksonville had the #1 run defense in the NFL
They
last year.
did. That they had the #1 run defense, and I believe they gave up about 79 rushing yards per game.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's and so
So
that's
you
yeah.
have to believe that Devin Lloyd played a part in that,
Oh,
right?
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to the defensive side of the ball. We're gonna look at the defensive depth chart. Um
Oh, brother. Yes, I can't wait for this.
Oh man.
defensive line right now we have Derek Brown, Bobby Brown, and Cam Jackson as your 3 down interior defensive line starters. Outside linebackers you got Jalen Phillips and Pat Jones with Princely Umami Yellen coming in as rotational. Cornerbacks of course is going to be JC Horn and Mike Jack with right now on the depth chart, and I hope this ain't right, but they have Shaw Smith Wade and a Caleb Evans as the backup corners. Pray to
Ooh,
God that ain't right.
I
But
think
let me
that's
move
right.
on. Let me move on to real quick. Safeties,
Mhm.
you got Trevon Moorick, Lathan Ransom behind him. Nick Scott is the starting free safety. Zakeem Wheatley is behind him, and we still have Isaiah Simmons and Damani Richardson. Let me make this big. I don't know if everybody can see that.
There
Let
we
me
go.
take this banner off. All right. And linebacker, you got Devin Lloyd, Trevin Wallace. It has been publicly mentioned that Trevin Wallace and Clarence Sherrills are in a competition for that linebacker 2 spot. So behind them is Bam Martin Scott, Eminem. So I said it the other day, his full name. Mayamar Njonga Meta. I think that's right. Jackson Kuwatch and Maz Mawanza. I
Mm,
seek the pronunciation of that name this morning because that was my first time
okay.
saying it. Maz Mawanza is his name.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it. So
Okay.
Freddie, you seem to be chomping at the bit, so I'm gonna go with you, go with you first. When you see the defensive starters, projected starters is unofficial depth chart. When
Mm-hmm.
you see this right now, how do you feel about it?
Uh, I feel linebackers. I'm not so good in them. Safeties is underrated as hell, as you know, Tony. How I feel about one's the key Wheatley. I'm gonna just let that sink in for people. You know how I feel about Zakee Wheatley. The depth is
Yeah.
really at outside linebacker. If I'm gonna be honest, the depth is really at the outside linebacker. The DBs, I think this will be sorted out very soon. I don't think Shaw Smith Wade and the Caleb Evans are the backups. I think if you read it, I think the way you read that is left to right. So I believe Will Lee is behind Mike Jack, if I'm not mistaken. So like I don't think that is I don't think that's right. But I think outside linebackers where the depth at. If this is the down front and Bobby Brown, Derek Brown, and Cam Jackson, whew, Cam Jackson has definitely been getting better. I have seen that, so I think I'm okay with that front three. But I think the depth is really at outside linebacker, if I'm gonna be honest. That's just my personal opinion. Them corners, I think they gotta fix those corners. If I'm gonna be, I think they gotta fix how the way that they got those corners lined up.
I had a
Safety
call
is
coming. I'm back with
underrated.
y'all.
Safety
Say
is
what, Red?
underrated.
I apologize, brother. I had a call come in from my supervisor. It was real urgent. I didn't want to interrupt the flow, man. So I apologize, but I'm back with you, man.
No, you straight,
All
bro.
right, all right.
But I just think the continuity with J.C. Horn, Mike Jack, and then Corey, Shaw, really continuity here. But again, as I said, I think outside linebackers is probably the deepest on the defense. I'm not too fond, other than Devin Lloyd. I'm not too fond of the linebackers. I've talked about this on my thing. I'm not too fond of the linebackers, but outside linebacker and safety is very underrated. I think safety is very slept on by
Okay.
that's for me personally.
All right. Nick, what you got?
I mean, the elephant in the room has to be addressed. Trevin Wallace and Claude and Sherless being in a position battle, that's concerning. It honestly is concerning. It's good for Claude and Sherless because obviously he's made his strides, but Trevin Wallace going into his third season,
Ugh.
you should not be in a position battle right now. You should
Oh,
have that position locked
locked
up.
up.
Fact.
You know what I mean? That's just the unfortunate truth behind it. Trevor Wallace is pretty good in pass coverage. He's horrible against the run. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I got something
Hold
to
on,
fuck
hold
you.
on, hold on, Freddie. Hold on. Go ahead, Nick.
No, I was done. Freddie came in perfect time.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Go
sweet.
ahead, Freddie.
Yeah. So I was scrolling through, and like I don't know, and I like the fact you guys were talking about PFF, but I got something that'll like fuck your heads up, and this actually goes to Nick's point. There's someone shout out to fucking X and shit. People do this shit there's a chart of the top 10 linebackers in man coverage, and
You saw that, right?
Nick, I saw that. I was like, guess who number 8 is? First of all,
Trevin
number 1 is
Wallace.
Devin Lloyd. Number 8 is Trevin Wallace at an 87.8.
Yep.
And I
Shocking.
couldn't believe that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit fucked my head up this morning. I'm like, what? I'm like, there's no way.
Well,
But
that's why in my world, and I know Red can attest to this as well. It comes. There's a such thing as called credible sources, so you have to be careful who you what you believe in just because you read it because somebody put it on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or whatever the case may be. If they not a credible source, I wouldn't even take it with a grain of salt.
But it was
This
PFF
is people.
grades.
Yeah. Oh, it's PFF grades. Well,
yes,
I
yes.
I don't put stock in PFF grades anyway. So
And
there you have it. I
but
don't
that
trust
goes,
them like that.
yeah, but that goes to your point, Tony. It's like I don't know how PFF does their fucking grading system. How the fuck does that work? Because I'm like, if you watch Trevor Wallace, it's like you would think it wouldn't be that. But it is, and I'm
Well,
confused on how they
that's why I
do
says,
that.
film don't lie, and a lot of these guys, even say like at PFF, they don't watch film like that. They gather information. They have scouts that watch the games and they input what they see into an algorithm, into a database. That database, that collection of information is put into an algorithm, and then the algorithm, however they got it set up, I have no idea, helps them to determine, come up there with their rankings. That's something that we would never know, because that's their formula. All algorithms aren't the same, so that's why I say I don't put trust or stock in it, because no recruiting service or analytical service out there comes up with the same information, the same rankings, because they all have different algorithms and they set up in different ways. Well, I mean, how am I supposed to put stock in that when I'm just watching one game? So as you should say, if it's a Carolina Buffalo game, and then you turn on your computer come Monday, and then everybody got different things or different shit about the Carolina Buffalo game, but you just watched one game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody may rank Trevor Wallace at 85%. Somebody else may rank him at 68%. Okay, what is that based on? We have no idea. That's why I said, watch the film, trust your own eyes.
Yeah, because that fucked my head up this morning. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't even. I this is why I don't use PFF, but I know Red used it a lot. Shout out Red, but I don't even know what the fuck it's based on sometimes. So that's why I don't even push back on it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, okay, cool. I let you have that. I don't even know where the fuck that's based off, or where you base that off of.
Yeah. So Red, what do you think about the defensive depth of the Carolina, of your adopted team, the Carolina Panthers? How do you feel about your adopted team going into the season?
That's fine. I enjoy the conversation over here. Call me what you will. But I
ain't call. All I said is adopt your adopted team. I ain't call you nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good. It's all good, Tony. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. But listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. When you say depth, y'all in trouble. Now y'all have some top tier starters in the NFL, no doubt about it. Y'all have the best defensive tackle in this division and a top at least 5. Now, you might say 3. I ain't going to get into all that. But without discussion, Derek Brown is a top 5 defensive tackle in the NFL. And that should insult nobody. That's tremendous recognition. Your edges, we're going to have to see what Jalen Phillips gives you. But depth there is a problem. And J.C. Horn, Mike Jackson, borderline elite cornerback duo. J.C. is who J.C. has been and is going to be. I hope he come home to Atlanta. That's what I would like to see. I'm going to just tell you something. Because him and A.J. Terrell on the outside, oh, my God. But wait. I woke up. Wait, I'm back. The dream is over. I'm back. Let me see. Safeties. That ain't pretty. That's still to be determined.
Hold up, player. We good at safety. We good at safety.
Maybe you are.
You ain't have to go with the
Well, I mean, if you believe you are, you know that's all that matters. But that's
you know what? I apologize. I did ask you for your opinion.
Yeah. So if you believe you are, that's all that matters. But Nick Scott, and the twins, Trayvon Morgan and Lathan Ransom, aren't they the same person? I think so. Well, I know they play the same. So it was Zakee Wheatley, and I was high on him at Penn State in college. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I like what I saw on him. He'll be starting somewhere before the season is over with if he's healthy, by the way. And hell, y'all might as well start him at free safety right now. We did it with Xavier Watts. That turned out pretty good for us.
Thank you, Red. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, I think Zakee Wheatley would perform on a similar level. But again, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
But your Trayvon Moore, man, he ain't no superstar, man. Say what you will. Y'all paid him good money, but I could see Ransom and Zakee Wheatley being y'all starting safeties next year.
Speak on it, Red.
Yeah, Trayvon Moore, he there now because y'all paying him. But now, and then your linebackers, it's Devin Lloyd and whoever. You know what I'm saying? So Devin Lloyd is a big piece, but he can't handle the whole middle of the field by himself. They're running ragged with screenplays. So we gonna see. But your depth, when you say depth, DEPTH, y'all in trouble.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain extent because we have talked about this, or I have talked about this extensively. The two weakest links I believe that we have on the team as far as when it comes to depth is the linebacker room and the defensive line. Because if you are a 3-4 team, and if 3-4 is going to be your base, the strength of a 3-4 defense is straight up the middle. It starts from the nose tackle to the on-ball linebacker to the safety. That's the strength of a 3-4. I don't think we have enough depth, good quality depth. Let me say that. And on the defensive line position, and the quality of depth is even worse, in my opinion, when it comes to the linebacker position. And just like Freddie mentioned earlier, I know he talked about it last night on his show, the fact that Trevin Wallace and Claude Sherrills are in a competition for the number 2 spot, that doesn't bode well. That doesn't bode well. I'm glad that both are healthy and are able to compete for that spot. But the fact that they are in competition for the number 2 spot, that doesn't bode well, in my opinion. And the depth behind the starters is not that good. It's not nothing that you want to write home about. Bam Martin Scott kind of made his chops last year, on the practice squad in limited playing time that he did get with the defense. In Jametta, he played special teams last year. Jackson Kuwatch is a 7th rounder, developmental. Looks like he has great upside, but he needs time to come into his own. I don't know anything about Maz Mawanza. So, like I said, man, God forbid, and I hope it don't happen, knock on wood, if something would to happen to Devin Lloyd, we in trouble at the linebacker position. I fully believe that we're not going to be any different than what we were last year, and that's just keeping it real. With the D line, with the D line, the interior defensive lineman. Okay, Cam Jackson right now is projected to be the starting nose tackle. I wasn't a big fan of his coming out of Florida. I hope he's made some strides, some development. In his case, I did see him come off with a little bit lower pad level in some of the practice reps I have seen. But he looked average in the Hall of Fame game. I know Arizona had a goal line situation. He got a little push in the pocket, but it wasn't no stack and shed, or anything like that. Like, he pushed the center back a little bit, but he was pretty much out of the play, and Arizona scored. So, for me, I would prefer Bobby Brown in the middle and put Lee Hunter as a 3 technique. That's what I would prefer. But like I said, this is an unofficial depth chart right now. I'm pretty sure it's subject to change at any point, and that's cool. But when it comes to that defensive line and those linebackers, yeah, we are as thin as butter on toast. Yeah. So, Freddie,
Yeah.
let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Which depth chart battle matters most behind the starters? Is it the cornerbacks, the linebackers, or the outside linebackers?
Oh, um, I don't know if it's linebacker. I'm not really a fan of that. I would go corner. I I would go corner. I I, I think
Hey
corner
Red,
three and
I'm gonna mute you. You doing a little too much tippy
Oh,
tapping over there.
I do it, Tony. I apologize, man. I didn't know how clear the sound was coming through. I
yeah,
He's
apologize, Greek. You
yeah.
smashing the
know,
hell out that
you know,
keyboard.
I'm trying to keep
God
these checks coming,
damn.
bro. I'm trying to
Yeah,
keep these checks coming. I'll mute up, Greek, till I have
yeah,
something to say. All right, brother. I'm
Go
sorry
ahead,
about that,
Freddie.
man.
But no, you
yeah,
good. You
yeah,
good, dog. You
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. Because if that's the corners we're going into, I don't think so. Um, I think corner 3 and 4 is definitely the battle we're looking at. I'm not a big. I think those linebackers, when it's all said and done, I think the outside linebackers figured themselves out. I think I already know who's gonna be the starters when it comes to that. The linebackers, I'm not a big fan of. The corners are what I'm more intrigued with. Out of the three, I'm more intrigued with the corners. That's me personally, because I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
big fan of Shaw Smith Wade. I
Hold
think he's too small.
hold that thought right there, Freddie. Hey, Nervous,
Yeah.
if do me a favor, because I know you watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, do me a favor, open up another browser and subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk. All right. That's my channel, Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. So yeah, I greatly appreciate you do that for me, Nervous. Thank you for tapping in, my guy. Go ahead, Freddie.
Like I said, I think I'm more intrigued with the corners than I am the. I think the outside linebackers figuring themselves out, and the linebacker, I don't really care. Um, I'm more intrigued with the corners. That's me personally.
Dude, we need to draft a linebacker so bad next year.
I agree.
So bad.
Hey,
So
look,
bad.
listen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think that's the main thing that I'll be looking at because I
That
do
would be
watch
number
college
one, Freddie.
football.
Facts.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Be looking at them linebackers. So yeah, definitely got to draft linebacker because I don't give a fuck who wins that battle between Claude and I wanted to be Claude because he plays a little bit more downhill than Trevor Wallace
Yeah,
does.
for sure.
But I think I think you definitely gotta get linebacker. But I don't give a fuck who wins that position battle. I really don't care. I don't think he's gonna be a role player regardless. I don't think it matters. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think them corners is what I'm looking at, especially the nickel corner, because I'm not a big fan of having Shaw Smith Wade as my nickel right now. That scares me. I don't like
What do
that.
you think about Corey Thornton being the nickel corner?
I would prefer Will Lee as the nickel corner, but that's just me. Um, I would prefer
Hmm.
Will Lee. I like Corey Thornton, but I would prefer Will Lee. Um, and by the way,
Why? Hold that thought. Hold right there. Stop right there, Fred. Why would
mhm,
you prefer Will Lee over Corey Thornton?
I think Will Lee is a little bit I think Will Lee in his technique is a little bit better than Corey because I watched Corey get cooked several times in that Hall of Fame game. I'm not even gonna cap. I saw Will Lee make some
Mm-hmm.
great plays. He got beat one time, but other than
Yeah.
that, he's a rookie. Those that happens. That should not happen with Corey Thornton. And I'm gonna say that right now. You're a second year player.
Right.
I understand you, but you have a leg up on Will Lee, and the fact that you got beat on a pretty much route that you've seen so many times, the fact you got beat by that, it worries me. So I would prefer
I got you.
Will
I
Lee
got you.
because to me, I'm gonna say this again. He's got the build of a JC Horn, just how big he is, just the physicality and his technique. I think if he obviously still needs more development, but I think that he's a better long term nickel than I do Corey Thornton. Now that's just me. Now having Corey as the
Okay.
4, I'm okay with that. But the nickel, I prefer Will Lee. That's just me. 3 big corners, I prefer that. Plus, I prefer the more agility to Will Lee because I can tell that he plays with more technique than Corey does and physicality.
Nah, JC needs to be at nickel.
I mean, I mean, I mean,
The
not all the
idea that
time.
I'm just looking at it like this. So Evero's bread and butter is in the secondary. And Tony, we've had this conversation before. Last
Mm-hmm.
year, if and this is a great question for all three of us to really get into this. I
Hmm.
would love to ask y'all, last year, the whole season, how many times can y'all recall we got beat for like a 40-50 yard completion in the air?
It was a lot.
Not many.
Not
Not
No, not
many.
many.
many. We
You got
we
the
didn't
you
get
got the
we
Almost
didn't get beat
Olave
over top.
touchdown.
We
Yeah,
did
what?
you got
not
the
get beat over
2?
Olave
top that
touchdown
many.
on
What?
JC
2?
when he threw him off, threw him to the ground. Should have been OPI. That's the only one I remember. That's
Right.
literally the only one I remember.
I think it's just
So
1.
yeah, so I'm saying if we have JC in the slot and Devin Lloyd covering the middle, obviously, you're essentially. I mean, granted, obviously, if the slot wide receiver is running through the middle, obviously,
Hmm.
granted on the route concept. But if you have JC in the slot and Devin Lloyd covering the middle of the field is going to be locked down, bro.
Well,
And
yes, but question, right?
uh
But
huh,
question, right? So, so you're comfortable with putting a rookie on the outside and Mike Jack and keeping Mike Jack
not.
on inside?
I don't think Will Lee should start right away. I think personally, I like Corey Thornton more than Will Lee right now.
Really?
Right now,
Okay. Okay.
at this
Okay.
moment. Why,
I'm
Freddie, is
talking.
because we saw the rookie. Granted, Corey did not play well in the Hall of Fame game. I agree. He had a couple good
Yeah.
plays,
Mm-hmm.
but Will Lee as a rookie, he's prone. Like we saw it happen. We've
It's
been seeing it
true.
in training camp with the
He
double
is
move.
pro. Yeah, it's
David Moore
true.
cooked him with a double move, and then we saw him get
Yeah.
cooked by a double move
Yeah.
in the Cardinals game. Now, I also want to go with saying, I don't know if y'all saw the graphic. EJ Evero and Nathaniel Hackett were are best friends, right? And
Mm-hmm.
granted, EJ was not calling the defensive plays, but I guarantee you, like I have a cousin who works for the scouting team on the Commanders. Right,
Mm-hmm.
these coaches talk to each other before preseason games. It's not illegal. Like you can do this. They will literally test players. Like, you know
Mm.
what I mean? Like, I want to see, like, I'm saying Evero maybe contacted Nathaniel Hackett, like, yo, I want you to try a double move on Will Lee at some point in this game. I'm not telling you when, but at some point to see how he reacts. You know what I mean? So he obviously got burnt, but
Yeah.
it is
He
what it
got
is.
beat.
Growing pains. Growing
Right.
pains, growing pains.
He's a
It is what it is.
rookie. He's a rookie. He will get better
Exactly.
with time.
If see this and this is we segued away from Jimmy Horn, but I want to go back to it real quick because both these things kind of they go hand in hand. Will Lee getting burnt by that double move now.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back like Jimmy Horn, right? We saw him drop that. Freddie, you have heard me say this. Tony, you have heard me say this up until this point. I wanted to
Y'all
see
go ahead.
how
Y'all
Jimmy.
y'all hold it
Yeah,
down. You and Freddie, y'all hold it down for a minute.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to see how Jimmy Horn would respond to that, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
my father always taught me growing up. He's like, if you mess up, if you lose a game to the team, if you're the reason your team lost the game, it happens, right? It's how do you
Mm-hmm.
grow from it? How do you
Right.
get better from it, right? So I'm looking at Jimmy Horn. He dropped that ball, but he looks sharp as can be right now. So what does that tell me? It tells me that that drop gave him hunger. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it motivated him. See, that's a
Yeah.
and that's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Now with Will Lee, obviously we're asking him to grow up a little faster. He's a rookie.
Right.
But if we can see him take some strides, then that's a great sign because that
Yeah.
shows that these guys want to get better. Because I always through the draft process, Freddie, I always tell the fans we could fall in love with a player's skill and ability, but how bad does he want it? Does he
Right.
want to
Right.
be great? Like that's the one thing we don't know. Like some of
Right.
these guys really are, and I know I'm not the only one who've known professional athletes. Some of these guys just want to get a bag. They don't give a shit. They just want to
Yeah.
get a bag, take care of themselves, take care of their family. They're good. But
And
it's the
you'll
ones
hear the
that
term
want to be great. It's the
you
ones that
Nick
want to be great.
to that Nick, you'll hear the term in football, what is your want to? So
Right.
you're
There
absolutely
it
right,
is.
Nick. Yeah,
What is your why?
what to?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's a fact.
So, Will Lee, I mean, I love his ability. He gives me JC Horn vibes, like his archetype, like how his size, his build, the way he plays, super physical. I think he's gonna learn a lot through Mike Jack and JC Horn this year, but I don't want to rush him yet because if a guy's getting burnt, that
That's
could
true.
shatter his confidence early. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let's take our time with him.
Okay.
But if Corey Thornton
Okay.
getting burnt, then fuck it, throw Will Lee out there, bro.
Right. So and see, for me personally, what I've seen and also and one thing I will say though, Nick, to your point, when he got beat, one thing I will say about Will Lee, he immediately shook it off and bounced back. That's that that
I
is one
like
thing I
that.
will
That's a good
say.
mentality. Next play.
You
Next
know,
play.
so
Yep.
Yeah.
it wasn't in his head. So, and then I watched him in practice, and he locked down, he shut down. So it's seeming like he took that to heart. So I like Will Lee. I think he's our long term nickel or outside corner. If you put JC in the slot, I'm okay with having Will Lee on the outside. Corey as the four, I think it will be all said and done. I think he'll be the fourth corner, which I'm okay with. But that's just my opinion, of course.
Okay.
I'm not a
All
big
right.
Corey Thornton as the nickel. I'm not okay with that.
Red, what you got in? What you got on all this before we get out of here?
I was checking it. I was muted at that time trying to get a little work done, so I'm not sure the original question. But just following up, sort of and chiming in when Nick was talking. I'm assuming he was talking about y'all corners
Yes.
and how they line up. I say the same thing. I think y'all have a dynamic pair at JC Horn and Mike Jackson with the way he performed last year. Those who know exactly what I'm saying. You got to see him do it again. But outside of that, I don't know Shaw Smith Wade. I haven't seen anything about him that says he's special. Maybe you got guys that are going to push him and replace him. Maybe y'all are going to put JC in the slot and somebody else is going to take the corner. But I think that you got two very good corners, and I don't know what y'all have after that. Like from the outside, things that I see and I think other NFL fans see. Sometimes it's hard to evaluate what other people see when you're within the bubble. Sometimes it takes, at least hearing for those who can handle it from people outside of the bubble to tell you what they're seeing. And I go back to what I said initially. Y'all have a very well constructed and put together starting defense, but if something happens and you have to go to the players behind them, it's not going to be anything spectacular.
Hey Tony, real quick, a little Panther. Derek Brown is practicing today, and Damian Lewis is in uniform for the first time in weeks, so he's
let's
probably
go.
practicing today.
Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to
That's
say you're
good.
ending the live
That's
right
good
when they're
news.
going to start practice. Tone, I just saw you going for damn, bro. They about to start
Yeah,
practice, bro.
dog. Okay, let them practice, dog. I've already been on 3 hours. And hey,
Shout out to
hey,
Tone.
Nick, I'm old, man. I gotta go eat. I gotta eat
Tell him
before
again,
certain
Tone.
Shout
time.
out
Yeah,
Tone.
Tell him
Fucking with you,
again.
Tone. Hey, Tone,
We
appreciate you
on a
having me up,
schedule.
dog.
Shit, we
I'll
on
be
a schedule
listening.
around here.
I'll be listening in the work truck like I do. And y'all have a good day.
Yeah, Nick.
Freddie,
For
go
sure.
live,
Hey,
Freddie. Y'all be
appreciate you.
Freddie, go live.
Appreciate you, man. All right. So
I
we
might.
about
Shout out, Nick.
go ahead, Freddie. What you about to say?
Nah, man. Go ahead, Tone. Go ahead, finish what you gotta do.
All right.
It's great.
So yeah, we about to get up out of here. So today's conversation comes back to dependability. Bryce has to command operation. Carolina has to show it can handle a physical test against Buffalo. And the depth chart has to become more than names on a page. It has to become real roles that hold up when the season starts. All right. Hey, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Share this with family or friends. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I will put it up on the screen one more time before we get out of here. It's www.youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. Again, I know majority of you are watching through Carolina Armchair GM CJ channel, but if you would open up a browser real quick, go to youtube.com/@UO Sports Talk. All right, I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to hit my goal of hot 500 subscribers before week 1. I know that's a lofty goal, but hey, I'm gonna aim high. You know, that's what I'm shooting for. So you guys can help me attain that. All right. I would greatly appreciate that. All right. So all my other social media links is in the YouTube description at the bottom. So whether it's YouTube, Twitter, or Patreon, check out the Patreon page as well. I post content there every day. As the season get ready to ramp up, we will be spending more time over there breaking down game film each week, looking at certain players, college film, all that kind of stuff. You know, that we're gonna do a deeper analysis when it comes to football and watching film and things of that nature. So yeah, I greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in on this Hump Day Wednesday. We're getting ready to get up out of here. So everybody, as always, keep pounding, and I'm gone.